your lovers and friends that the Ooh Ladies First panel has done it again. Yes, okay. Go ahead and let them know about it. Follow the girls, okay? Follow us. Do y'all see this on y'all screen at Bondy Blue, at Jami ThatsMe, at Necey Dixon? Do you see it? Okay. Now, do you see us? What's going on with your people? Hi, everybody.
What's going on? What's up, everybody?
Oh my God, it's so good to see you guys.
I know, right?
Lovely. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, listen.
Happy Thursday.
Super chats already. Hey, California
Hey,
cutie.
girl.
Thank you for the
What's
super
up,
chat.
girl?
Hey, lovely ladies. I'm ready to get this thing started. Love y'all. Smash that like button for our girl. Please. Yes, let these people know that we in here tonight. Let them know. Because if you don't like them, they don't know. Okay. YouTube be like, we gonna send them a few notifications and then we gonna wait for people to like it. And then we gonna send them the notification. So do that. Thank you, Summer Lauderdale, for the super chat. We appreciate you guys coming through tonight. Okay, y'all, I forgot to do that the poll. I forgot. Shit.
It's okay. It's all good. We did enough polls.
We're good.
We didn't need it.
We don't need it. We know.
Yeah, we're good.
Y'all are gonna come see us, right? When we put out these tickets for this live show that we're gonna do, this live panel show that we're gonna do. Okay, probably in Atlanta.
In the flesh.
Okay,
in the flesh.
real life, y'all are gonna be able to see us. Okay,
pushing Big P.
And to see our bottom halves.
Problem.
Okay,
right.
Listen, all right. So y'all better get ready for that. Get your little ducats in order and everything, okay? Because you may have to travel if you don't live in Georgia, okay? But we is coming to a live theater near you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. So with that being said, are we drinking on anything, ladies? Are we drinking on anything?
Listen, this water, y'all. I've been doing good.
Oh, Jami.
Period.
You guys, look at y'all. I'm mad.
This water.
Okay. I'm just trying to wash away the daiquiri and catfish I had earlier. So
I understand.
I was hoping I could wash away some pounds, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep drinking.
This is that Good and Gather. I think this might be the watermelon or the cherry. I can't remember, y'all, but it's the Good and Gather sparkling water mixed with my energy supplement from earlier. So yeah.
Okay. They do be good though, because I did try.
They actually do. They
so
sparkling water be good.
We haven't bought another LaCroix in a minute, girl. The only LaCroix that we absolutely get is that Pamplemousse.
Yeah.
And that's like, in the limoncello.
Okay.
Limoncello and Pamplemousse are like the only LaCroix we get now. Every other one is from Good and Gather. Okay, so if you girls are not into,
they seem to have more flavors anyway. Good and Gather.
Yeah.
So it's just
flavors you would have never even thought of at that.
Facts.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, T, for the super chat. Hey, love. We appreciate you. Okay.
So what's up?
All right. So listen, I understand everybody is having, you know what I'm saying, their water and everything. Okay. I hope y'all brought y'all drinks. Okay. And y'all in the comments. Okay.
Yeah, that don't mean I won't get a drink later. I might have to get some wine later on.
Now listen, y'all know this is the Ooh Ladies First panel, so we do this how we won't do this. Okay. And so we're gonna start with the TV talk of it all, and then we're going to get into some gossip chat. So if you want to hear us talk about Arian, Mel, Martell's recent interview that he did, if you want to talk about Miracle Why, okay, listen, we're going to talk about how some of these blows. Okay.
Come on for the vocals. Come on,
Okay,
the vocal. Let's go.
Listen,
yes, we're gonna have to get us a little good harmonize for the in person. A good. We're gonna have to get on that Ray J. One wish, one wish, one wish, one wish.
To my baby's door, to my baby's door.
I'm not over it.
I'm not. You know, listen. Before we get into TV talk, we could talk about one thing.
What's that?
Y'all, do we need Omarion? Do we need Omarion to do a docuseries?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad we were talking about this. Not unless he talks about what everybody wants to know about.
Facts. And it sounds like he only going back to the Millennium Tour like 2019. Yeah. So it is like, if you're going to docu, We need you to doc you from the beginning on down.
We would like, but he's not gonna do that. I think he don't want to talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you something that was very telling for me. When Ray J said that he wanted Marcus Houston to be there, but Omarion blocked it, I said, "Oh, sounds like some validation of some type."
Very, very interesting.
Oh, that's because Mark. Oh, got it.
The story always was that Chris Stokes may have done things allegedly to Raz.
Yep,
but
I heard it.
That Marcus was the one that did stuff to Omarion. Like that's alleged. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard when they've talked about it. Because y'all know a few years ago, Raz B came out and he talks about it ever so often. He comes out and talks about it, and he did when he got kicked off the tour because y'all remember he got into that whole domestic violence situation with his girlfriend during the tour, which is why he got kicked off in the first place. Well, then all of that stuff comes back up every time he has some type of mental episode. So
I did not know that Marcus and Omarion
are not brothers. No, they are not. They used to say they were cousins, but nobody ever really.
That's so gross. Yeah. And then I always found it funny that Marcus Houston ended up marrying Chris Stokes' young ass daughter that he was dating since she was.
That really wasn't 18. His real, that wasn't even his real daughter. The girl got a whole other family. That's not his daughter. It was just somebody that he took in, but that's not his child.
Oh, that adds even a worse.
That don't even sound right.
That sounds even worse. Worse. Yeah. So it all has seemed sketch for years. So I guess a lot of us are feeling like Omarion. If you want to come out and tell the girls something, tell us about what we really want to know about.
And I feel like he ain't gonna tell us nothing for real. I really don't. I don't think he's gonna tell us nothing that we don't know. I would be surprised. Where is it even streaming at? Like I saw the little super trailer that he had on his YouTube, but I don't know.
They're probably gonna get it over there to the Zeus people. It's gonna go.
Girl, yikes!
Because I feel like did they already show the tour?
Supposedly, I don't know. I know they had a deal with Zeus, but I feel like that fell through for some reason. But I don't know. I didn't get Zeus at that time. I got it for Hassaline, but Hassaline, girl, I won't get it for you again.
Oh, not again.
You don't got to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me. I will not.
Jami, I love you. I love you for that because that was a fantastic segue. Getting into the P Valley of it all. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. Okay, listen, P Valley. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then she gonna shake it. 1, 2, break them. 3, 4, break them. These niggas grind hard. These bitches grind hard. From the
bottom. Why is whoop that? What was the song? It's hard out here for a pimp. That was coming in my head for some reason.
Because that's also one of them really good songs from a movie or a television show. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is such a good song. I'll never forget. It was just such a good moment. It's hard out here for. She had the goals and everything. And then they performed it at the Oscars that year. And Taraji came up there and sang that shit. I was like, Taraji, girl, look.
Idiot.
Good moments in Black people history. So, yes, y'all, P Valley is what we're about to get into. So let's just go ahead and start. Like I wanted to give y'all visuals this episode because I feel like this episode was in fact so very, very visual. And I didn't want to forget anything. So let's go ahead and start off with the fact that the episode is a Cinderella, like a reimagining, I guess, of Keyshawn's origin story. Okay. And it starts off with Jocelyn Hernandez, the fairy godmother. Okay. For all of the bitches that wrap their pussy around a pool. Okay. She is here to give the girls their flowers. Jessica Dime. I said, bitch, you giving Jessica Dime her flowers? You don't even like her. You can't stand her. Right. You really tried to act like you ain't know her when y'all was riding around in a car together and sharing a locker down to the strip club, bitch. Now you giving her flowers and shit. And we had Miami Tip and Gigi McGuire. Now I don't know nothing about no Gigi McGuire. Okay, I don't know nothing about her, but I do know about Miami Tip with her Liberty self. Okay, Miami Tip is like the regular size of the small people strippers because that's what her dimensions give me, little person stripper. I love her. And then you got, Jessica Dime. We didn't really see much of them, but we did see Jasmine have her little scene, and she had to go and dub her audio because we can't get her to say it right in a scene. So she had to have a recording over her voice. Okay, bitch.
Definitely dubbed.
Over a talking.
She did say something very correct, and I was like, "What?" It was a word she pronounced.
It's a metaphor, bitch. It's a metaphor, bitch. It was a metaphor. She said a metaphor, and she said, "Your stomach is growling." She was like, "Oh, you could hear in my stomach growling." She was like, "It's a metaphor, bitch." I was like, "Oh no!" And then the way she laughed it off, I was like, "Oh, Keyshawn, abuse is so funny." So yeah, y'all, Jocelyn is the fairy godmother to all of the scripper bitches, okay? And as Keyshawn got on a pole to serenade us with her fairy-like magic, we got the backstory. Girl, did anybody think that she was gonna come from money? I had no idea.
No, not at all.
I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know,
I
y'all.
feel like they both was given, no offense, but they both was given trailer park from the beginning.
Yes. I was extremely surprised that, they came from money the way they did. But once you lay the story out, it makes sense. But I do want to know what happened to Keyshawn's mama. Because from what we understand, y'all see this woman with the wine glass? That's her evil stepmother. Her evil stepmother was a stewardess on the airplane and came and gave the daddy a drink. And Keyshawn had to remind her, bitch, you gave my mama a drink first. Your old husband stealing hoe. That's how she felt about it. They got into a little physical altercation. Down below at the very bottom, do y'all see that picture? That is a precarious picture right there. And that's her daddy in between her two stepsisters. And y'all see the way he holding on to the light skin over there. Yeah, that's because the daddy seems to have been fondling or playing with one of the stepsisters.
Agreed.
I am in the middle of the show. Yes, Olivia is. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, lyric is interrupting the show. Anyway, so yes. Yeah, I hate the other sister's hair, but that's what they was doing in like the early 90s. Y'all know they would do the short on the top. It was like the black.
You didn't like the mullet?
I didn't like my auntie used to wear that black lady mullet down. Do you hear me? And I hate it. I hate it.
I don't definitely thought this was supposed to be 2011. I don't know why. Everything about this was given in 2000. Oh, you're just saying her hair is given 90.
Yes. They in 2011. Her hair is not in 2011. That's what's happening.
No.
But see, the thing with the daddy, that really fucked my head up a little bit because it made me feel like he never really cared about Keyshawn in the first place, which is why she was treated like Cinderella and, kind of pushed to the back by her stepmother. But she ended up seeing your boy Derek as like white savior, right? So Derek actually came to her aid when some football players, black football players at that, decided they wanted to call her a burnt chicken wing when she didn't pay any attention to their advances. And Derek comes and beats the shit out of one of the dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because he spit on him. The dude spit on him first, but he was like, get the fuck out of here. But the thing that annoyed me, after, him and his Samsonite strength beat the shit out of 3 people without anybody feeling the need to come and stop him, he didn't get suspended. The black boys did, though. And I found that problematic, y'all. I know the other guys started it. I wanted them to get suspended too, but I wanted Derek to get suspended as well. And honestly, I feel like that was the first red flag for Keyshawn, because if you ask me, Derek has been able to get away with beating Keyshawn to this extent because his family is rich and he gets away with things. And you notice that if he can get away with hurting those black dudes on the football team, he can get away with hurting you too. So when he choked her out until she damn near passed out when she was 8 months pregnant because he brought some clothes home from her mama and from his mama. And she was like, I don't want these clothes. They ugly. And he got so mad at her and started telling her that his mom was right. She trapped him and she's the reason why he hasn't been able, he's been kicked out of his home. You're the reason why my parents kicked me out. You know, I shouldn't have never let you trap me, and called the, you know, a gutter snipe and everything else, child. And she had to remind him, excuse me, white boy, but your rich people ain't did a motherfucking thing for us. My daddy paid for the down payment on his house because he wanted to get me out the house so he can have more free access to probably fuck the little stepsister. But you know, another conversation for another episode. But ultimately, she was working and taking care of him, and he couldn't get a job. It seems that his people was keeping him from getting a job. I think his people were trying to get him to leave Keyshawn, but he likes abusing her too much to leave her. She makes him feel like he matters, and his parents never really made him feel like that, even when he was in their household. So I feel like the parents were keeping him from getting a job in their town, thinking that that would force him to come home. But it didn't work because, like I said, he likes beating up Keyshawn too much. And Keyshawn, yes, is working down to the Walgreens, 8 months pregnant with her poor little feet swollen. Okay, that was the first time. She runs home to the stepmama. The stepmama closed the door in her face, y'all. I swear, I said, bitch,
you
it made me
live with your decisions.
It was terrible. What type of step bitch is you? Oh God. And from there,
the crazy thing is, some parents really be like that, where they barely want their kid there anyway. So as soon as the kid mess up, they're like, "You left, stay gone," type thing.
And it was much easier for her because that was her stepchild.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think the step mama knew about what was going on with her daughter and the daddy? Because
I feel like she did. I do.
So?
I think she had an inkling.
Especially when Keyshawn came home and she was like, you know, be careful of being a man's Barbie doll because he'll replace you. I feel like she was talking about her daughter when she was saying that, because Keyshawn, y'all, they played Keyshawn like a soybean burger bitch and had her looking a mess for prom. And Derek came there with a dress and some shoes, knowing her size and all of that. He'd only talked to her a few times and already had her dress size and her shoe size. Red flag, bitch. Red flag.
He was obsessed.
He was. And so, you know, when she came home after she took his virginity, I don't think that he took hers, but she took his. And when she came home, her stepmama was sitting there crying with the wine. And that's when she told her that about being replaced. So that's what made me feel like she knew what was going on with the daddy and Aisha. Or Alicia, whatever her name is, child.
You know, whenever she said that, it didn't even click to me that she was referring to the stepdaughter. But that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the mama or the step or the step. I'm sorry, not the mama, but a new woman or her daughter. But it had to be one of the two. And another reason why I feel like the mama knew is because if Keyshawn was able to capture that immediately in the moment when she about to take a picture and the mama is there too, she saw what the hell was going on. That lady know what's going on. Yeah, she just trying to maintain this perfect image.
Right.
Yes, Jami. She was trapped enough to not care.
And to me, I feel like that probably was the thing from the very beginning. You working as a stewardess with your 2 kids by yourself, and you see this thirsty ass man on a plane with his wife looking rich, and you decide you want to set your sights on him, thinking that you tricking him, not realizing that he saw you as an opportunity to fuck on a little young girl. Because to me, I feel like men like Keyshawn daddy, they know what they be doing when they find these single women that have kids and work so much. You know, you coming in as a savior. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. Not to change the topic, but this just reminded me of I shared a documentary on my page. Y'all should watch it. It's called Girl in the Picture. Very similar, like just that little tidbit is similar, and it's gonna be a crazy discussion. But just that part that you said, like men will prey on women with children. I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin it.
Okay, so fast forward, y'all, because we need to get to present time, right? Present time, we got Rome here, and I think we all knew that Rome was gonna try Keyshawn at one point or another. It was like he was trying to set her up to trick her out. You know what I'm saying? Like turn her into a prostitute. I'm gonna make it seem as if I can get you all of these deals and get you up out of that house, when really I'm just gonna make you dependent upon me. That way you can, you know, rely on me instead of relying on the other dude, and I can use you to make money for me, and I could trick you out. So he basically, I think, got into it with Murder and Wody and Big Teak on purpose. Like, he said that shit to them on purpose because I think he's trying to like ostracize everybody else so he can isolate Mississippi. He was trying to isolate. So he starts a fight with Big Teak and Murder, and you know, Wody was the only one that kind of wasn't really fazed by that shit and was kind of staying behind. And he told her that he didn't like that blonde hair on her and that he liked her real hair, the hair that grows out of her head, which made us feel like something might actually, you know, happen between the two of them because he's seeing her in a certain way. But I think a lot of men see her and want to save her. Like Uncle Cliff said when she was narrating, girl. But I guess I was surprised that he actually went for it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think he was gonna like actually try. Because like, you still trying to make money off her, right? Why would you try? But the cocaine, he had been snorting all day, and y'all know that cocaine make niggas feel like they invincible. So he tried to come at her, and she runs to Wody's room. But he showed her a video of Murder and Big Teak in their room getting nasty. So I want to know how he got that video, first of all, because that, I mean, he probably set that shit up in the room before he gave them the keys, since he was always giving them their keys to whatever rooms they were staying in.
I think so.
But it blew me because I'm like, what made you think that Big Teak wasn't gonna squeeze life out of you once he saw you had that video? Like, what made you think that, you know, nothing was gonna happen to you? Because Big Teak is crazy and volatile as shit, and it's been etching to kill somebody this whole time. So I was just like, why did he think that he was gonna be able to get away with that shit?
I don't know. He thought he was gonna use it to blackmail somebody. I guess the easier person would have been Miss Keyshawn to get her to do what
he thought,
what he wanted. But Mr. Jocelyn, I did not need to see her. I felt as though they got Jocelyn because they could not afford Cardi. But that's just what I was thinking. I was really just here for Jessica Dime. You know what I'm saying? I was really just here for her. I wish they would have gave her like some speaking lines or whatever, but it's all good. Keyshawn, I definitely saw the whole Cinderella situation that they were bringing about. Miss Sister probably was a little thought out here in these streets. I don't know, but it was giving
sucking dick on the bathroom wall or some shit like that.
Right.
Who'd you say was doing that?
Alicia,
the older sister.
Oh, okay.
The cheerleader. But when it came, you said what, Bondy?
No, I was saying little light skin, since they kept showing, you know, her complexion as a part of her character with her being light skinned.
Yep. Oh, I wanted to highlight the fact that Uncle Clifford narrated this, and I just absolutely loved Uncle Clifford narrating this particular episode. The boy that ended up, first of all, I didn't like that he took shade or threw shade over at Keyshawn about her complexion when he was darker than her, in my opinion. And then for him to turn around and spit on whatever her Derek's name, I was like, why y'all got me over here agreeing with Derek and being on Derek's side when I ain't supposed to like Derek? He should have whooped his ass because he should have never spit on him. But Derek was really letting out a lot of anger. And it was in that moment that made me wonder, does his parents like beat on him or something? Like, what are you going through at home that's causing you to wail on this boy and the others the way that you are?
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they opened up. They did open up and share that. I don't know why she found such attraction to him. I don't know, but maybe it's because, I mean, we see, I guess her family has money. Maybe her mom and dad did, and she is used to growing up in like a multicultural environment or something. Maybe that's always been her type. You know what I'm saying? Possibly.
I don't think it's that. I just think he was the first boy that
boy she ever dated.
Yeah,
you said. Oh, that was the first white boy that she dated.
Yeah, he wasn't even her type, but I think, honestly, yeah, he saved her. I think he did a good job at the beginning of seeming perfectly normal, which most users do. And then I feel like there is some good in him that has turned into bad because he's depressed. but he's taking it out on her. So I think they just wanted to show us like the really, really good times, but he did save her. And then you mentioned how that boy called her a burnt chicken nugget, even though he was darker than her. Girl, you know how they like to do, especially in the little suburban areas. Black boys get the passes to be ugly, to be dark as ever, and you'll still be like a golden child or a golden friend. What's the word? I can't remember. But whatever. You'll still token. I said golden friend. Token for white women. So that I think they depicted that perfectly. And I have to agree with you, Jami. I love that Uncle Clifford narrated the whole thing. The story was great.
It really was.
It was.
It
was really good. Mm-hmm.
Another thing I forgot, that the black prom versus the white prom montage. They said that, I mean, I know that was a thing back in the day when I was in school, but I feel like I forgot. Like I wasn't even really thinking about it like that. But yeah, there definitely used to be like the black prom and the white prom at the schools that had more of a mix.
Interesting. I went to a mixed school. We was all there together. Unless they had something that I ain't know about. I didn't know. This was new for me.
Girl, I thought he was at a country club. That wasn't a white prom.
No,
I thought that was like a white Christmas thing.
You know, it was, but they would always split the dances. So like that was the Christmas formal or whatever. So for the Christmas formal, there's a white Christmas formal and a black Christmas formal. And the black Christmas formal has everybody who wants to be around black people at the black Christmas formal. The white one is for all of the to-do people that don't want their kids partying with the black kids. So like I definitely
you noticed a white stripper there. Did you notice the white girl that was at that's her name.
Was head of the cheerleading squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yup, you're right. And that's Mississippi for you, shoot.
I'm about to tell you because I'm in Louisiana, so y'all know. Girl, listen, we ain't that far away. It definitely was a thing. Cause like, I mean, railroad tracks will separate the black part of town from the white part of town in a lot of these little, small towns off of the bigger towns, like off Baton Rouge. There are all these little small towns off of Baton Rouge that, kind of do this same thing, child. I ain't gonna call them out, Denham Springs, amongst other places that I remember having that type of railroad split type of thing.
Two things I was going to say. One, I hope they kind of go back into Keyshawn's story next episode, because I want to know if her mom or her stepmom or anybody realized that her stepsister was being violated. And then the other thing that I wanted to say was about how her mama was sitting up there trying to dress up the story about how she met the dad, knowing that she met the dad with Keyshawn mama, and they got into it, and she gonna throw them damn mashed potatoes at that girl. I was like, you the one that's foul, and you gonna hit her in the head. It was just a mess. I feel like that lady has always been jealous of that girl, and I'm not necessarily understanding why. She won't even really acknowledge her as her child. You know how some step parents be like, "Oh, I have 3 kids. Hey, Miracle, how are you?"
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
I have 3 kids, but she over here talking about, no, I got 2. I'm just like, this lady does not like this girl, but I don't understand. Why are you jealous of her? Obviously, I didn't know if she was jealous of her or the mama. But Keyshawn,
go ahead. I'll tell you why after. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I thought it was so funny. I saw a tweet or something resurfacing all over social media, and somebody was like, "I can't take the fact that Keyshawn know how to fight Rome, but don't know how to fight Derek." And that was a little funny. Like, why y'all made her character? Why she ain't getting no licks in on Derek? Like, why was there not a single hand that was thrown?
It's not this man. I'm gonna tell you the reason why she was able to fight Rome is because she fights off Derek. So Derek wins the fights, but I don't know if you noticed, we never really see they fights like that. We never see him. We just see her with the bruise on her face or something after the fact. But to me, I feel like she absolutely has to have some fight back about her, because Rome is a lesser dude. Like, he's not as strong as Derek by a long shot. If you pay attention, Derek is like big, and like even Katori explained that he, as the male cheerleader, can hold like 125 pounds in the palm of his hand. So he's strong. And I think that Rome is just cocaine, lil nigga strong. He ain't pumping no iron. So I think that if she, she nut checked him. That's why it was so easy. because she just nut checked him. But Derek, on the other hand, she can't escape Derek. So I think that it's different to try to fight somebody back you got kids for. Like, you're gonna have to see him again, and he probably gonna beat your ass even worse if you fight back as much as you.
If you fight back like you did, yeah,
you know,
yeah, I can see that.
But my face,
yeah,
that was crazy.
I quit. Don't do it.
And he was finna do it. I think he realized that, like, oh, this is the money maker. I'm not really making no money. Like, let me not. I can't do that to her. But I just think she handled that so wrong when she got to the house. Like, after seeing what happened with her son, like, you went to the doctor's office, everything. Then you come back and then you want to address this. It's like, girl, let that man go to this interview so you can pack them kids up and you can go.
Girl, say it again. I thought
she should have ran to Uncle Clifford.
I thought she was gonna leave. Like enough. When when she closed the door, I was like, okay, if she's not leaving, then she's gonna kill him. Go ahead and kill him.
That's what I thought. I thought she was gonna kill him, especially when I saw the iron. I thought she was gonna, like, when I saw the iron, I was like, this either gonna be Penny from Good Times or she gonna kill him, because I instantly was like, oh no, not Penny from Good Times. But because, you know, whenever you see an ironing board, girl, you know, where iron on and somebody ironing something and the shot is very censored and like they backing away from the shot, I always feel like somebody to give them with an iron. But I thought she was gonna kill him. Like, when she came home, I was like, oh, she gotta kill him. She gotta kill him. But
that's exactly how I was like, okay, she gonna have to do this. All right, this is the scene. Girl, it was not the scene. It wasn't.
I think that she's gonna have to ask Wody for his help in that respect. I think Wody is gonna be the help in that, because he is, y'all know, Wody not only gave Rome some fentanyl in his cocaine and, you know, kind of watched him OD. It was a beautiful scene. That's why I got this little picture down below. This was him after he walked out of the room. The look on his face was just like pure satisfaction that he got that nigga, and he knew he was going to be able to get away with it. But y'all know he works at the funeral home. And when we first saw Rome at the beginning of the season, he was coming out of a fucking casket. He was taking a nap in a casket. Okay. So it makes me feel like Angel of Death. And it makes me feel like he already likes Keyshawn. He already has an affinity for her. So all she's going to have to do is ask him for the help, and he's going to be able to provide it. And not only that, but it took Derek hitting the kids. And that's what we saw. Like, it really took her seeing him hurt the kids and then telling her that he was going to do whatever he wanted to do to the kids. Before then, she saw him like she saw him in the flashback where he was saying he didn't want to be like his dad. He was going to be better than him. That's what she thought until she came home and saw that baby. Because y'all, when the scene opened up, did y'all not feel like, you know, it was so peaceful in that house when she was coming home? It's like, why is he this crazy with her? It almost made it seem like she was the issue, like she was the problem when she walked into the room. But then when you see the bruise on the baby, it's like, oh no, Derek is fucking crazy. And it don't matter whether it's Keyshawn or the baby, he's gonna get angry and he's gonna not be able to control his anger, and he's gonna hurt somebody, because that's who he is and that's who he was raised to be. He was beat by his dad. He said that. And a part of him being, you know, I read a book back in the day by Sarah Dessen. I don't know if anybody knows who Sarah Dessen is, but she writes really great young adult books. And one of her books was about a girl who was in an abusive relationship in high school. And the dude was being beat by his dad. And so he would then invoke that sympathy from her to make her feel bad for him. So every time that he hit her, when he comes and apologizes, he's crying, and then she sees him as the victim who his dad did that too. And that's the same thing that Derek did to Keyshawn. Y'all see this picture right here. When she came back after her stepmom, her evil stepmother, turned her away in the rain, 8 months pregnant after that nigga almost killed her the first time, he had all of these roses all over the ground. And I said, that nigga better have picked that from one of these country roads, because how the fuck you got all them flowers in their house, but you ain't paying for not a goddamn thing around here, and Keyshawn working at 8 o'clock at night at the wall.
I feel like that was symbolism.
Exactly.
Those flowers look magical. So I think it just symbolized like everything that goes right after somebody does you wrong. You know, he opened up car doors, he cooking for you, he doing this, that, and the third. Like, I treat you right. He on his knee. Yes, love bombing. Yes. I'm mad because those flowers is way too mystical.
I'm sorry. I can laugh at that.
That's all right. Them flowers was way too colorful, and it was just, I don't know, they had a weird effect to them where I was like, okay, this can't be no real flowers.
Yeah, it's time for Derek to go. It is. Yeah. So we're hoping that Wody helps. We're hoping Wody helps.
I think Wody, what they call him, the Grim Reaper, child,
is definitely giving Papa Legba energy.
I actually do not want to see Wody help Keyshawn. I really don't. I want to see Keyshawn recognize the power within herself and find her own inner strength, and she claps him or does whatever she does on her own, because then it's only going to show to me Keyshawn yet again depending on another man. You know what I'm saying? And I just really want her to kind of like find herself with that and not lean on Wody. I mean, maybe she could concoct a plan with Wody or something, but I don't want Wody to be the one to take him out.
I just think they're gonna plan it together. She's gonna execute it, and then he's gonna come at the end and clean it up. That's what
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, but she has to be the one to deliver the blow, because he's delivered so many to her. And I just want to know how long they're gonna carry on this abusive storyline with Keisha. Like, how long are we gonna have to see this?
Because I really want a enough scene. You know what I'm saying? I want a J-Lo in a bob. A short little tapered cut. Okay, beating the shit out of that man. I want it. I want punch for punch, blow for blow. I want to see the times he hit you while you hitting him in your mind.
You know what we missing out of P-Valley? When Big Teak and Murder was arguing, and Keyshawn looked over at Wody, and they put the words in, is these niggas fucking? And then the other one was like, I think these niggas fucking. And I just thought that was the funniest shit.
That was hilarious.
That was another thing that made me feel like their relationship might actually happen because of the way they communicate.
The silent understanding.
On that nonverbal level. You know what I'm saying?
But Jamie, you know, you right. Whatever you say you want Keyshawn to save herself, you know, I started thinking about that Cheetah Girl song. I forgot the name of the song, but it's basically about a fairy tale and waiting on a handsome prince to save you. And she's like, no.
Wait for somebody. Come on. To come and set me free.
Come on, Keyshawn. Rescue yourself. I need her to do that.
She needs.
Please. Immediately.
Are we done?
I'm trying to see, because it was just such a good episode. I'm trying to think. Was we done? I loved how Wody went to have the conversation with Rome. Absolutely loved that. I knew, some told me he gave him fentanyl. Some told me that. And he got very smart with the line that he took, because I was like, oh, Rome kind of wise. How you finna play this, Wody? Wody sniffed a different line.
And it was already lines laid out. So he sniffed the ones that was already there.
And the conversation he was having with him about death as he was dying, I was like, oh my God. Wow. This is some serious fear.
A lot of people don't have somebody to walk them on their way out to the other side. But you know, you lucky like that. And then he asked him what a tape was too. And that's another thing. I think people thought that Wody killed Rome for Keyshawn. He did not kill Rome for Keyshawn. Wody killed Rome for himself and for Murder. His shit is on, like, he believes in Murder. And I think the idea that Rome putting that tape out and ruining Murder's career, he couldn't take that. That's what that was about.
Oh, I took it as he did it for Keyshawn. And I thought that Murder was just like collateral. Like, I'm gonna do it for Keyshawn because she fucks with Murder.
I think it could have been twofold, because I definitely think some of it was for Keyshawn, because when Rome was talking to Keyshawn outside about if she ever needs protection or whatever, Wody was right there listening, and he kind of looked at him like, this nigga, right? So I feel like he did it as a way to look out for Keyshawn, but also to protect his investment. So I think it could have been twofold. Some people was trying to say he did it for Murder because he in love with Murder, and I was like, well, where did this come from now? How did we get here?
I mean, we all may be in love with Murder, but it's not Wody.
No, we in love with Wody now.
Yeah, no, right. Well, I wish we had the picture of Wody.
Right. Oh, damn, I didn't get
it. Where is that at?
that picture that we put in the DMs? But this is a good one too. That's why I put this one up, because I was like, this picture actually got the point across too to me in a way that we hadn't seen before. You know what? It almost felt like his hair went from being a perfect afro to now having texture to it.
Girls, he got one of them foam brushes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the difference. Cause like, look at him. Like, we never, like, he always seemed like his shoulders were down, kind of like he was trying not to be seen. And this was the first time where it was like, nah, y'all see me.
Lodi got muscles, he got the veins coming through the arms. You know, I like some veins, honey. I was like, oh wow, I like when the veins pop.
Not the veins.
Murderer. Oh,
we're done with this. I am done with y'all. We're done with this. Okay, let's move on, girls. Okay. Love Marriage is cute. Love Marriage.
Let's talk about it,
girl. Let me tell you right now. Let me just get this off my chest, okay? I don't give a what y'all say. I told y'all before that Monique is my girl, and I meant that shit. But I also feel like you annoyed the shit out of me this episode, Monique, and I'm gonna have to get in your ass a little bit. So my feelings about, because I have this in a certain order, but I just want to go straight. Okay, my little feelings. Monique, my girl, I see what you're doing. You were on the show and realized that these two women, okay, they're more valuable to you because they're going to be on the show because they have their men. So that means they're going to be on the show for real, for real. So it makes more sense to align yourself more with them than with Winter. But watching it, everybody can see that, yeah, Winter may have some shit with her. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's giving church lady crazy, but I feel like she's trying to unwrap herself from that. So we're going to talk to her soon on Ooh Ladies First Panel. Know that. You know, she has a lot to say. I like her perspective. But I feel like when she was crying to Monique this episode, I feel like Monique wasn't getting it. And I feel like it's because Monique had decided at that point that her relationships with the other ladies was more valuable. So whatever Winter was going through didn't matter anymore. And I am bothered by that because I feel like even though you can say y'all aren't friends in real life and all of that bullshit, essentially you've known this lady for a long time. And I feel like there could have been a little bit more care. You did not have to actually like show that, because okay, so I know Winter was playing a little bit, like Winter was playing her face by saying, well, Monique, maybe you told him in the wrong way. No, she said exactly what you said. And the misunderstanding was that what you were saying was not said at the table to the ladies, but because you never said that to her, her understanding was that y'all were going back and forth with the shit that you were saying, which I felt like I could understand based off the way I heard her explain it to Monique. I myself often have to say, now, girl, I ain't say this, but I was thinking, you know, bitch, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, which if you would have said that, maybe, you know, but this is
girl, but you know, she didn't even have to say that. Like, no. you know what she knew what a conversation was between two girls. She relayed that stuff because we talked about it last week. I feel like Monique knows that the girls don't know how to play ball. So, like you said, it starts with value. I think she valued the two other ladies. But now she's trying to do the assist, get some mess going. But what bothered me was that she doubled back with it. And then it bothered me again that you sat there amongst the ladies and one, you've already carried the bone, but then you're going to have a whole nother conversation talking about Winter to the ladies and kikiing and laughing at her. And it's just, I don't know, she's giving real fake.
What part did you feel
it is.
Whenever they went to the, it was some event that the Tylers were having. It was the first event in Baltimore since the pandemic, and everybody was there except for Winter. And that's
not
whenever the
CIAA thing.
Maybe so.
Wait, when Jami grabbed her face, because the beginning of that conversation was about Winter, and Tasha was saying you should check on her. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I definitely felt you
Tasha
were kind of letting
only person that was going for her, and Monique said something in that conversation. I can't remember exactly what it was, so I can't quote her. But I remember the way I understood it was almost as if she was letting the ladies know, like, I know her, but I really don't fool with her. And it was something she said that came across that way. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, obviously there's a misunderstanding of your relationship with Winter. So like you mentioned, regardless of you saying you might not know the lady that long, if Winter is questioning your friendship because you weren't there for her, she's obviously having some type of expectations for you. So Monique she's the one for me. But all this could have been squashed if Winter would have just admitted what she said, and then she could have just squashed all the bullshit that Monique was trying to do from the jump.
Right.
Exactly. So I do feel like, in essence, that's where Winter fucked up, when not just taking responsibility from jump and saying, yeah, I said all that shit. Y'all came at me, so I came at y'all. And what? Like, that's what I wanted her to do. But yeah, I definitely could see Monique in her strategy with the way she handled this situation. But I'll say, I was on live with Tasha, and she was basically saying that Winter has some shit with her. I think Winter does something that kind of annoys everybody to make what Monique did be okay for everybody once we get to the reunion show.
Because she playing victim. That's why. She playing victim. She turned it into like, oh, well, who would ever want to talk about my husband leaving us and cheating with a nanny? That's hurtful. And it's like, well, girl, you just mentioned this woman's husband drinking and driving, which could be hurtful to their career, which could be hurtful to their family. And it's like, yeah, Arena did bring it up on TV.
Arena brought it up first.
Arena brought it up on TV, but it's different whenever you resurface it to try to hurt somebody. Like, she resurfaced it because she was mad at the lady. And that's the same thing Arena did to her. She resurfaced your ex-husband cheating because she was mad at you, but you want to play victim. Just like she tried to accuse Ashley of victim blaming at that photo booth party, the selfie party. So I think that's what
definitely tried to use that.
I would say I go for that feel one. Like she was, because I feel like Ashley don't give a fuck. So Ashley has no like sympathy, empathy at all from jump. Like, so to me, all of that shit that she felt like about her, like, you don't like me, you victim blaming me, you know, because I mean, in essence, she did kind of say, like, bitch, it's your fault, you got scammed. When the more you kind of find out about their situation, the more you realize it's not really her fault. That nigga is very sketch.
By the end of the episode, we saw that like something was really off. I was going to say something about the Irena. Oh, I did feel like, number one, Irena, when she was having a conversation with Winter, like, stop trying to act like just because you didn't catch your husband cheating that they're not like in the same ballpark or whatever. Like, girl, you still have some.
I was like, it's not.
Right. Exactly. It's like still in the same ballpark. Like, what's the issue? Why are you making it a big deal?
I don't care what Arena talking about. I don't care what nobody in the comments talking about. I see Jami, baby. Okay. They say Jami is very generous with the girls. Okay. Jami is the man. He is throwing the parties. Jami is in good
I can see that.
Jami is
That's why she wants that work done on her body. Because I think she's trying to keep up with those other ladies.
And that's why he made it to a point to disrespect her ass as soon as she pulled up to the club.
Oh, help me.
He wanted to make it known to whoever he was there with that, like, yeah, that's my wife, but I really don't care about her. We separated. That's the vibes he was trying to give.
Now, they do all that capping on social media, but at the end of the day, when somebody, I forgot one of the followers, no disrespect, because like y'all know my mind, charge it to my mind and not my heart. But one of my followers on Twitter was going back and forth with Jami, well, basically saying that he was fucked up for grabbing her at that whatever double E situation. Okay. Mm-hmm. And yes. And so he then turns around and says, and I did it, so what you gonna do about it? I know you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Like, that's what his response was about somebody saying that he put his hands on his wife in a fucked up way. Like, what you gonna do about it? Meanwhile, Arena is sitting up there, it wasn't like that. It's editing.
It's like, editing.
It's screaming. He's abusive. She's abused.
It's screaming. She always try to make things perfect. I
gotta check you because he gonna be mad at me, so I gotta check you.
She always try to downplay stuff. That's the thing with Irena, and it lets me know that whatever therapy sessions that they've had, they haven't been working because she's still operating how she has in the past. I feel like he was out of line for grabbing her face because it's like if he was talking and it was him, he would not appreciate that. So it's like, why did you do that? Did you not want the conversation to go on any longer and more things would be said? Because it sounds like you were really trying to get away from this red light special conversation. That's what it was really giving. In terms of Miss Monique, girl, you was messy as hell. Miss Ma'am, you was messy to sit up there and kind of like wait. Like, that's what I didn't like that Monique did. Like, why did you wait to talk about the fun size situation and then turn around and tell old girl, hey, I told them about the fun size? It's like, well, you could have said all of that when you had Ashley and Winter sitting down together. You could have addressed the fun size situation so they can go and get everything out and move on. But what I did notice is that
I blame Carlos for that.
Well, either way, I will say
on all the shows is what I'm saying. Like, they try to eat off of one fight over and over and over again. So they
kind of like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They kind of like drag it out. But either way, I noticed that Winter did not acknowledge that when Monique said it to her. Did anybody catch it? Like, when Monique told her, hey, I just want to let you know I did say something about fun size because you know me, I don't really like when people that I'm not cool with talk about, you know, come up with nicknames about my man. She didn't even say anything. I don't know what that dynamic is. I don't know what Winter got going on, but it's like, Winter, why you ain't? That would have been a good time to tell your friend, hey, don't do that. But then you go in a confessional and you say what you got to say. But instead, you switch the conversation and talk about Irena. And then from that conversation, you started to cry because I guess you needed a friend because your friend wasn't really your friend. Like, I didn't understand that part. Like, she here now, so go ahead and check her about that. If I talk to you about something, don't go back and tell them because you won't want me to do the same thing. But of course, we know they're on a show together, so we get it.
Right. She's scared to beef. And that's the thing I hate. Whenever we start reviewing shows for a while, or not even just reviewing, but whenever you watch all these reality shows for a while with an ensemble cast, you start to notice whenever the girls have reactions that are strategic rather than natural. And that's what Winter is doing. That's what Ashley was doing. Whenever Monique first carried the bone to Ashley and Ashley decided not to react, that was strategic. Because I called it earlier on, like, if it's not a big deal to you and she doubles back and you had already clocked that Monique was being messy, that's when I would have just said something to Monique. But it's the Shawnee effect. Don't nobody want to say nothing because she's the main person. So Winter would rather cry.
She could knock her down.
You said what?
Not until
knock her
down, because I feel like that's what she wants to do. The energy on Carlos' show made me feel like you're trying to become the favorite so that you can put yourself in the middle, put her to the side, and then you can handle her how you really want to handle her.
I can see that happening. And low-key, I hope it gets to that point. I really hope it gets to that point. Like, Ashley won a lot of points back for me when she was able to clock what was happening. And I do think it's a little bit of production as to why Monique carried the beef around a second time. But I also feel like it was a little bit of like, okay, I know I'm being messy, so let me not carry the entire bone. Let me carry half of it, and hopefully that gets some beef started off of that. That wasn't enough, so she kept that in her back pocket and was like, but okay, does this make you mad? So I feel a ways, but we'll see. I mean, to be quite honest, it's nobody on this show who I'm just like, man, I love this character so much. Like, you know, I agree with.
Well, you heard about it.
So it's gonna be a long ride.
I do want them to show Tasha more, because it's weird to me that they have her there and they're shooting around her. And I like give her the fucking confessional. Like, it's so weird when it's the same thing they did.
They won't even introduce her. They won't even introduce her though.
Like, why do y'all do that? I find it very disrespectful when they do that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I found it disrespectful.
Girl? That's another thing so we're like.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Speaking of Chris, let's talk about that scene with Mo and Chris. I really like that scene for a number of reasons. Number one, I feel like they finally had conversation and he expressed how he felt and she expressed how she felt, and it ended with them, you know, hugging and laughing and enjoying each other. Because I really do feel like they're gonna be fine. Like, they're showing us like real issues, so they're gonna work on those issues and they're gonna be fine. They're not hiding anything. That's the reason why Monique can kind of handle her relationship differently on this show than the other two women who I feel like are protecting their men because there's something to protect. I don't think Chris has anything to protect. That's why Monique doesn't really feel a way about expressing how she feels, you know, in front of people about him, because it's a frustration. But everybody knows that Chris is rich, smart, caring, loving, takes care of his kids, takes care of her. We don't have any cheating rumors on him. So I think that Monique feels like when it comes to Chris, that's understood. So the issues that they're having can be expressed, because it doesn't make Chris a bad person. It just means that, like a lot of men, you don't want to do any more than you have to. Even when your wife is screaming at you, nigga, I need more. And I feel like can say that, you know, it's not real and all of that, but I feel like so many marriages, especially once you get into a certain point, go through this exact same thing, which is why I feel like it's real. But Chris is annoying me a little bit with his aggravation behind getting the kids ready in the morning. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all, I know all of the old hoes, y'all want us to baby men and you did so well, baby. Thank you so much for getting the kids ready. Nigga, they your kids. If you didn't feed them, were they gonna eat? Do we want them to starve? Why do you want to get patted on the back for getting your kids ready for school? Like, they're your kids. They're your kids. And niggas really have this mentality that because women do all of these things all the time, which you really shouldn't. That's the mistake a lot of you women make, is y'all don't make these niggas do enough from the very beginning. So when you ask them to tap in more, they don't know what the fuck to do. Nigga, you should be able to scramble some eggs and make some grits like that for those kids. Get them ate. And plus, you a daddy. You a big old daddy. You should just be, hey. It should only have to be a hey. You know?
Or a look. Just give them a look.
Everybody like. So I'm a little annoyed with him in that respect, but I also understand him not wanting to feel like, you know, I'm not doing anything right. But it's like, Chris, give me a fucking break, bro. We know you doing stuff right because you. We've covered this. You're great. We know.
I think Monique may be a bit hard on him a lot because she's hard on herself, and they just struggling with like communicating with each other. I think she's just already evolved. Of course, she just waiting for him to get there. I feel like he just needs a little bit more encouragement from her, aside from just like, do this, you need to da. What he's trying to communicate, in my opinion, is like, just hype me up. Like, everybody loves to be hyped up in their relationship, right? So I feel like he probably wants a little bit of like hype me up. Maybe not for the things that I'm supposed to do, but the other stuff that I may do that he probably couldn't name in that moment, which is why he spoke on the kids. So he probably just wants a little bit of like shout out for the things that he does get right, instead of always come, because she never, how it sounds to me, tells him, oh, thank you, I appreciate when you did this, or I appreciate when you did that, or thank you for this or that, right? But I'm just saying, let me finish. So I just feel like she not telling him all of the things like that he may want to hear. Like, I appreciate when you did this, like, whatever those things are, he's not necessarily hearing it. So, but you're coming at me, like, just put yourself in this situation. If you feel like you're doing all these things from A to Z, but your partner comes to you with 1, 2, and 3 of what you're doing wrong all the time, it's gonna feel like, well, damn, it's like, well, shit. I mean, I thought I was doing good, but damn, okay. But that's really Monique just like being harder on him, because she really hard on herself. So I think she handling him how she is with herself.
And I think that came with an abrupt change of expectations. I think that I kept saying from the beginning, Chris is probably the same person who he was on day one. And she was probably okay with that for a very long time. And now that Monique is in this completely different space, somebody in the comments said projecting. Low key, I feel like she's in a completely different space. And she's feeling like if he doesn't meet her where she's at, then it's not going to work. I don't think that it's just simply get the kids ready. I think it's much, much more than that she's probably not addressing, but it's just easier to say, I need you to step up and do more. But like, a lot of men, like, anybody in a relationship will get away with what you allow them to. So she probably just spent way too much time. And Bondy, I think you mentioned Bondy, or either we talked about it on another show. Somebody said that Monique started out as his assistant or something like that.
Not his assistant, but like I think they were, well, first of all, he wanted to have a record label. She was a rapper. That's how they met originally. They started dating. His a father figure in his life. It wasn't his biological father, but he stole money from Chris, and Monique came in and helped him fix that money situation and get his, finances in order after he stole money from him. So that's how the relationship kind of really started, with her getting his money in order and basically fixing his life. She came in and did, the type A woman thing. I'm gonna get your shit in order and allow for him to, focus on football and shit. So,
do you think that's where she probably went wrong from the beginning?
Yeah, she probably fell into that role, and I think that's typical. A lot of women, girls who have people in relationships, you get into a relationship, you so head over heels, you want to start a family, you want to do this for him, you want to do that for him. Like, don't do nothing that you're not gonna be able to upkeep in the long run. And I think she's gotten to the point where she's like, shit, I'm tired.
I do feel like she has a right to be tired, because I feel like she kept it up for a long time. Like, how they about 8 years married?
No.
8, 9, or is it 10? Are they at 10? No, they are at 10.
It's not 10 yet. I thought 7 years. 7-year itch is what they were saying. 7 years.
Oh, 7-year itch.
Well, they've been together for like 11 and married for 7, I think.
Well, she did it for a very long time. That's over a decade. I feel like that's longer than what some people can do. For real. So I definitely understand why she gets frustrated, but I also understand, Chris, that that's the type of dude that she got. Unfortunately, where he is gonna need a little nudge, a little push, a little pat on the back. Good job with this or that. I know she don't want to feel like she's babied him, but it does make me think like you might have to baby him a little more. Because you set this up,
or you might have to hire somebody. You might have to hire somebody, because somebody mentioned, or her and Ashley were talking about how sometimes it'll take just them alone to do one task, before a man, they'll need like all this additional help. Shit, hire somebody.
That is
get it done. True. So, at some point, it's either you're going to have to accept him for what he's willing to give and find a way to go around that. And I feel like if you hire some additional help, it's not going to hurt nobody. If you know that this is
an argument. Didn't they do that, though?
I don't know. If this is an argument point for the two of y'all and he's not going to get done what you need done, hire somebody. That situation is fixed. Now you got to face the other issues that you really have with him, which is more
I see what you're saying.
Around the house.
I got you.
Okay, so Kevin came in with his receipts. What did y'all think of Kevin's receipts?
I thought they were lackluster. I did not understand why he brought an ebook thinking that was supposed to explain anything for me. I was like, what is this? I think what also got me was quick going along with what Kevin had, just like immediately like agreeing with what he said. And it's like, you just don't like Winter. So you were searching for anything that you could find to try to go against that lady. Like, this man didn't even tell y'all nothing. But I did notice that Jami kind of saw through his ass, though. He did. But it's like he didn't want to say that. He was like, he give him credit or something for still fighting for his love. And it's like, no, this man is a liar. Chris tried to throw him a bone, sitting up there talking about something. Well, you did say it was the other people that was lying, right? Like, that's what it was, the other folks that was lying, right? I'm like, this man... Winter probably definitely got gooped, girl, because he's not giving us anything in this moment but a damn piece of paper. He didn't want to talk about nothing. So I don't understand what quick felt he got from the conversation. And then he's still wearing his ring. Girl.
Quit trying to be a damn stay out of women's business, okay? Am I being in this voice? I don't know why he so badly wants to make Winter the villain, like the villain. Let your life be with that lady.
It's starting to make me like Winter, the way he been out here acting. I'm like, okay, right. He getting on my nerves.
Kevin was a scammer whenever Quick asked him a direct question. And Kevin said, all I can do is address facts. He didn't say, like, no, I'm not a scammer. No, I didn't get caught doing fraud. He said, all I can do is address facts. That's what I have right here. That's deflecting from the question. Like, just because somebody's showing you a piece of paper that is factual, you only get 2% of the whole story. So that's what Kevin was absolutely doing. I'm like, did I miss something that Quick saw that I didn't see? And then all the men just even Chris, all the men collectively decided that Winter had something to do with it and she was part of the problem.
All right.
Thank you seriously, though, for the super chat. Hey, y'all, Chris has been retired for 12 years. No wonder why she is frustrated that he hasn't found his passion. I thought he just retired. Yeah.
I thought he just retired too. Damn, 12 years?
Yeah. Well, that's that on that. Anything else about this show? All right, let's go ahead and move on. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Listen, it's gonna be on a break, girl. It's gonna be on a break until September 10th, I believe. So, they giving us a long break, but when they come back, girl, we saw a super trailer with the altercation that had happened. We saw Destiny popping out with her little, I think I love you from head to toe, little hairstyle and shit. She peeped her head out the door. Mel, I should have had you escorted out like you had Tisha escorted out. I don't have time. It was hilarious to me. And then Mel went and got in wine the face like, bitch, I heard you was looking for me. Here I go. And I was here for the super. Honestly, this week I have seen some of the best mid-season super trailers I've ever seen in my fucking life, between Real Housewives of Atlanta,
yes,
and this show's mid-season. And I honestly feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta, thank you, baby, is going to they're not gonna disappoint. Whereas I feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville gonna come back for 5 minutes and disappoint us. That one little fight scene where we know ain't nobody really getting no fight. Marceau almost lost his teeth. That was about it.
This trailer was better than the episode. The trailer was better than the episode.
The trailers are always better than the actual episode, girl. Every time. Look at the Kiki thing. They made us think Kiki came with her little ponytail in like she was about to do something.
Oh God.
They stretched that out and didn't give us nothing. I was like, really?
Oh God. That was a good trailer. But yeah, y'all right. The episodes, they can't hold a candle to their trailer.
Oh, and I heard y'all was talking shit about us, talking about we've been talking shit about Destiny ever since that he was on the show. Let me tell y'all whole something, okay? We interviewed that lady because we are professional, and I don't have a problem with Destiny. I think she's beautiful, and I think she's a great lady when she wants to be, but I also see her for her works, okay? And when I say I see you for your works, I feel like you are riding coattails, you are trying to be seen, and you're not being authentic, and you're not sharing enough for me to feel like you deserve all of this, extra shit that y'all be doing on her behalf. She ain't even giving y'all enough. She ain't even on the show enough like that for y'all.
That's just a reason to hate Mel. She's just a reason to hate Mel. And we were talking about this earlier. I mentioned that interview we did, 85% of the interview had everything to do with her previous relationship with LeBerick.
Mm-hmm.
Was she moving out of her house? Was he trying to get custody of the kid? Did Mel loan you money? 85% of the interview was that. That was her truth. That was nothing that we could debate on TV. The other 15% of it is what we're seeing play out on TV right now. And I think we're going to call a thing a thing. And if it's looking fake, then it's looking fake. Another clarifier, in my review, I said she was lame as fuck whenever Mel went into the store. And she chased Mel out the store to argue. To me, I thought that was lame because that tells me, yes, Mel should have spoke if she walked into her store, right? But you wanted a moment because as soon as she left the store, if I didn't give a fuck about her, she would have just left the store and I wouldn't have had nothing to say to her. But the fact that you chased her out of the store to have confrontation and then bring up Tisha while you're having confrontation, that was lame. We got other people fighting Martell and Marceau that I'd rather hear about. So yes.
Right. I agree, Necey, because I was thinking to myself, why? Of course, we only see in the trailer. We haven't seen the episode to really know how it's going to play out. But it's like, if you going to be beefing with Mel, why you ain't beef with her in the store? Why you had to take it outside? That's sad. You could have just said what you needed to say to Mel when she was inside. But it seems like Mel was leaving and she didn't want to give Destiny the moment that Destiny probably wanted. So she went outside to try and get it. But, girl, yeah. I don't really have a whole lot to say about that. I'm just waiting for the episode to see how it really plays out. But I do feel like you could have said something to her in that moment. Like Mel went and said something to Miss Wanda in that moment. When she saw her, she said something. And I appreciate that.
It's on site. Very much on site. That's what everybody need to go by.
Mel should have asked her, can she pay for security? That is hilarious. What was I about to say? There was another comment that I wanted to comment because I don't even appreciate that y'all do this to me all the time. Why do y'all do this to me? Why do y'all do this to me? Why do you come on here and say shit like this to me? Do you want me to go off on you? Is that the intention? Because Mel hasn't even really been on the fucking show this season. What am I supposed to say about her exactly? What do you want me to say about Mel? Like, what do we want me to say? Like, tell me the situation where y'all want me to say that Mel was wrong. Ladies, do we have any examples this season for when I needed to go in on Mel? Talk to me.
I'm thinking.
The one time, Kimmy.
Okay,
and go ahead.
The one nah, your time will be better than mine. So you tell me what your time is gonna be, and then I'll tell you what mine is.
Mine was with Kimmy when she was like saying to her about inviting Martell to the event or whatever. And
yeah, like now you see what I mean.
Yes. And I was like, why are you doing this? Y'all, you know this lady wants to be impartial. Don't be trying to make her choose and all of that type of shit. You know how she is. She not going to admit that you was right about him. And she's not. So just let it go and let her feel however she want to feel about it. That was the time that I was like, nah, Mel, let the shit go. You know how Kimmy is. You know, I felt like that. But all of this shit that has happened since, now I feel like I should have left Mel ass alone about it, because you are playing in our faces right now, Kimmy, and you know I love you, but you playing in our face, girl. Tell me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so I agree with you. I felt the same way. At first I was like, Mel, you just want to I told you so moment. But Mel is like, why are you doing that? And that's because Kimmy is trying to protect her home. But anyway, the moment that I was going to say was low key. I do feel like Mel could have took the kids to Martell's book signing. And that's not only because Martell brought them to her amphitheater event. It was because she said that she had to go to a funeral or something. It just wasn't really even a good excuse. That was the only thing that I feel like she could have done.
Hear me?
How about that?
Y'all can't hear me?
How about that? Okay, because I asked Jami before we came up here if she felt a way about it. She was like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay, y'all.
That's what she said. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Damn, I feel like you can still see her eyes. Like, what is we talking about? All right, now you can see Jami's forehead. Does it make you feel better now? I'll just be in the comments complaining about the
girl, how that forehead?
Can we focus on the conversation we having right now?
Forehead?
Oh my God. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I just kind of feel like Mel hasn't even been there, y'all. Okay. And if you want to feel like she was wrong for busting in Destiny's store, yeah, okay. She was wrong for busting in Destiny's store and not speaking to her. And honestly, if they weren't filming and it wasn't the last day of filming for the season from what they told us, because that's what I heard. I heard it was the last day of filming and that's why everybody showed up. Okay. It wasn't just, we're going to produce it like she just showed up. But we all know everybody got a call sheet and told what time to be there and all of this shit here. But okay, she shouldn't have came in there. She shouldn't have bust in the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, fine. But
who's to say Mel didn't go in there and speak? See, we didn't even see the trailer to know she could have went in there to speak, and she could have left out based on the response Destiny gave. Because remember in the trailer, when Destiny saw her getting ready to come in, Destiny leaned to the side and rolled her eyes like she coming in here. So it was like she already didn't want to have nothing to do with Mel. So we're going to have to see. I don't know if Mel didn't speak, but we're going to have to see the episode. She could have walked in and be like, hey, girl. And Destiny could have been like, and so Mel said, bet, I'm not going to give you a moment. Let me go.
I see something going on in the comments about when Martell when Mel didn't bring the kids to Martell's kids book signing. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all I don't give a fuck about that. It wasn't his week. She doesn't have to do anything that he wants her to do on her week. She doesn't have to do that. That is a courtesy that you give to people that you like. That's not a courtesy you give to somebody that disrespects you and tries to manipulate you and go off on you every time they get in the vicinity of you. Okay. He has been trying to get into that girl's space so he can make her mad, so he can feel like she still loved me because she got mad. So excuse the fuck out of her if she wanted to put up some boundaries after everything that is happening. even heard half of the shit that is probably happening in people's household, because we all know Martell gives us a little aggressive every now and again. Okay, but I'm not doing that with y'all with this Martell Gray shit. Martell is manipulative. He knows what he's doing. He brought those kids so he can make himself look better than her, and it did not work. Okay, and we'll get to that in a gossip chat. All right?
I will say this. I do agree with Necey when it comes to Mel, and she could have taken the kids. I do agree with that. She could have. But I also feel like they've redeemed themselves. They went on a whole vacation together. So things are getting better, guys.
I feel like the book was
catch.
I feel like the book was bullshit. I think it was another opportunity for him to make money doing something that somebody else had already done. Mel's mom already came out with a book with them kids. It ain't like that, you know, that wasn't their first book. He didn't came out with a wine. He ain't really come out with it. The Scots got a wine. He did a cookbook. Kimmy did a cookbook. Like everything that the other people, remember when he came to Destiny's with the hair products because Destiny was doing hair?
Lord have mercy.
Everything somebody else do, he comes back with another scheme that Todd has set up to try to make some money, stealing somebody else's idea. So I don't think it's really about the kids enough for her to give a fuck about that book signing. Just like I don't think that wine was really about his grandmother as much as it was about endearing other women to him. Yeah, I might have disrespected the fuck out of my wife and my side chick, but look, y'all, I love my grandmother. Buy my wine.
I feel like the side chick disrespected herself though. But
it was called the peasant way before we really knew who she was.
He didn't even say I love my grandmother though.
He didn't. Oh geez, help us.
He didn't even say that.
He blamed
her we do big shit.
Oh my!
That's for why he didn't go and play football. Which
help me.
Didn't go and play football because you're the type of nigga that's too scared to take the risk because you don't want to feel played when you don't make it. So instead of actually trying to compete, you would rather bitch out. Which is why you don't have a builder's license, because you failed the test one time and you felt the way. So now we're going to go through life using Mel and Fred's license. Okay.
He definitely is out here trying to find his footing and everything but his builder's license. Like that's the thing I really want to see him accomplish. And he's running away from that. And I don't understand, like that's your bread and butter. That's where you've been the most successful. Even if it was with Mel, that's what people know you for. So it does look a little weird when you start some of this other stuff, but you're not still in the main thing that kind of made you famous in so many words. Yes, your career. Like, and I think that's cool if you want to do, because a lot of people got Candy dabbles in a lot of stuff, but she still write her music and be doing Escape. So I want to still be able to see him in that arena. Like, even if we just use Mel and not even Candy, like Mel is still working in real estate in some fashion, even if that is teaching people amongst doing other things. And it's like, Martell, it would be great if you do that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like you giving a straight reality star tease. And if this show were to go away, then what is it that you have to fall back on?
He could definitely, his niche, you know, everybody got to have a niche. He could tap into a different market and say how to make money in real estate without a builder's license, since Mel is probably helping people with builder's license. So that's definitely something that people want to know.
That's true.
Happy birthday, Shayna J.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Aww. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all like the video. We're going to give y'all a like in a minute, but I wanted to get through TV talk. And then before we get into gossip, which is an extension of TV talk, we're going to go ahead and like video. But I still want to move on from, because we were just flowing so easily into the conversation, girl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to interrupt. So that was the Mel and Martell of it all. Okay. Just a little quick. Okay. So y'all know they went on vacation. Have we talked about them going on vacation?
We didn't get to talk about it.
I don't think so.
Okay. So I personally feel like I am not upset with her or feeling any type of way about her going on a vacation with him so the kids can have that. I think that's all that was. And I think people want her to go back with him so bad, and that's what pisses me off, because I'm like, he hasn't changed. He hasn't learned anything, and y'all just want her to take him back because he's fine. And I want y'all to stop. Just want you to stop.
I don't know. I have no idea why people want her to take him back. I don't think she ever should. But very low key, y'all. There's like 2% there's 2% of me, literally 2, 1 and 2. Yeah, it's 2% of me that feels like they might eventually have some type of relation. I don't think they will ever get married again, but I just kind of feel like,
okay,
only because on this trip, only because the son immediately knew to record. The son was very excited for his parents to be together for number 1.
Oh, on her live though?
Yeah, It was. I think the son knows what people are saying, so he wanted to be like, "Look at my mom and daddy together." And then the other thing I feel like, and I say 2%. The other thing is like her mom was on the trip, and I'm not understanding why her mom would have to come unless she had duty to watch the kids at a certain point in time.
Buffer.
Oh, you think they were filming?
No. I said buffer. I mean, like the mom was there, so she wouldn't have to be there with him by herself. With
Got it. So she had
that's a good one.
Talk to.
Yes.
I was thinking she was there on babysitting duty, because if they could do things as a family with kids all the time, and then Mel could go off and do her own thing. Martell could go off and do his own thing, and I didn't feel like it was a third adult needed. So that's no. Go ahead, Jami.
It sounds like, from what I saw, Mel actually was planning this trip with just her and her kids, and I believe her mom, but she extended it to Martell and I think his mom, but nobody else. Like little man, the other little baby was not allowed to, be there, from my understanding. So I think the mama was gonna be there, period, anyway.
I thought
Martell came later.
I could be wrong, but I thought I heard somebody say that Mel did extend the invitation to Arian's baby, but she didn't want her baby to go. I could be wrong.
Let me.
Mel, I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, who said they was wrong? Mel typed that out. Mel says, this was my trip. I was planning with my kids, and I offered a courtesy to Martell that he could attend along with his mother. No mention or discussion of any other parties.
I mean,
that baby was not welcome.
Okay, and she
somebody lied.
Okay,
that's from the desk of Mel Sharif.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Arian said that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. She said that.
Yo, I can't keep up with these hoes. I'm sorry. I can't.
I feel you. It be too much drama.
I'm sorry. But I don't begrudge her that. I mean, honestly, I would love at some point for her to have that type of attitude, but I feel like it would take Arian being a different type of woman in order for her to have that attitude. And I don't feel like Arian is enough of a woman in order for Mel to feel like I can extend that part of myself to your child, because bitch, you still out here fucking with me. And we'll get to that in a moment.
Oh God.
Okay, so just right quick, right fast. Tiffany and Louis don't make sense. Tiffany wants a baby and Louis wants more sex. If y'all would just do what the other person wants, we would get what we wanted. So it don't make no motherfucking sense.
It's fake. It's hell.
Girl.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait for Dr. Francis to tell them to stop living in this fakeness. Because what are y'all talking about?
Jami, they gonna kill me.
First, she born in 1987.
They gonna kill me, girl.
What are y'all talking about?
Listen, look, hold up. Let's do this right quick. Let's see if bam. Look, let's see.
I cannot.
Look, hold up. Bam.
See how it's not gonna matter?
That way everybody can feel better. Let's cover me up. All right.
I cannot.
All right. Now we're covering me up. Everybody feels good about it. Great. All right. So outside of, like I said, Tiffany and Louis don't make sense. Anybody else?
No, I agree. They don't make sense. They didn't make the sense since they came onto the screen. Her age doesn't make sense. Neither does her outfits, but it's okay. I'm tired of hearing about this baby situation. I don't think Tiffany really want no kids. I think she just feels like that because her other kids are getting older and they about to be out of the house. So I definitely understand that feeling, girl. But at the same time, I think she enjoys going as she pleases. And I just feel like if y'all are already having issues now without a child, what do you think a child is going to do when they come along? I think it's just going to heighten the issues that y'all already have. And ultimately, I just don't think Louis want no more kids. I just don't think he wants that at all. I think he would do that for her because that's something she wants, but I don't think that man want no more kids. He's trying to figure out they marriage before they move on to something else.
They newlywed, like their second time newlyweds. And on top of that, y'all already have kids who are about to be out of the house in 3 years. I don't think he want to do that. And I think that's what part of the reason why, he was probably so excited to marry her in the first place. People in their second time marriages be excited. They be doing trips all the time. They ain't have no more kids. And I think that's probably the life he thought he was going to live.
Girl, I was the accident. Okay, I'm the second. My parents both were married before me. Once, and then when they got together, that was their second marriage, and I am the baby that happened by accident. Child, my mama was on birth control and everything. That nigga thought he was so special because I still came through.
Strong,
he was so proud of himself, and then my daddy was like 11 years older than my mama. You know what I'm saying? So he really was feeling the way like my old ass thing got her.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
Y'all, look, I'm sorry. In my life. Okay. So then the last thing, because I don't feel like we need to talk about Marceau and Tisha at all. But Maurice saying that he wants more sex from Kimmy. You guys, I was so annoyed by that scene because I feel like it really was like the degradation of a woman. Like, the fact that y'all are even having a conversation where this man feels like he can, wager sex with going on a trip to couples counseling. Like, what are you talking about? And then to act like y'all don't already have a lot of sex, I felt like that was also fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, well, I have sex we have sex at 6:00. And by 10 o'clock, you're pulling my pants down again. And then the kicker was when he said, well, it can just be robotic sometimes. It can just, get to the point. I was like, ew. So you want to masturbate or what, nigga? Like, what are you even talking about?
The kicker for me was whenever he said, if you're asking me if I don't want to have sex one day, that's like asking me, do I want to go a day without eating food? I was like, that's not the same. It's not the same at all.
I hate them niggas with them metaphors.
Yes. And they be trying to run game and play on people, and they just be going along with it. I mean, Kimmy wasn't going for that one.
Same thing, though.
She goes along a lot. Ooh. I mean, honestly, every time I see her on screen, I feel a knot in my throat because I feel her not saying things and lowering her voice. I'm up here, hiring. Yeah. Well, what? I mean, you've just ruined this whole thing. After all, it's just ruined this whole thing like that. And it really feels like just watching women constantly diminish themselves for stupid men. Because essentially that nigga was in college last season. Like, he didn't have any of his shit figured out until you found him. And now he knows what he wants to do in his life and he's in good shape and all of that. But before, he was a fat nigga getting cheated on by his ex-wife. So I just, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all don't want me to go in on Reese like that because y'all, people like Maurice and we like Kimmy and, we've been trying to go soft glove, but now I can't do that with y'all no more. The nigga has gone too far.
Yeah, it's hard to do that.
Time's up. They're no longer a fave. So go ahead and read accordingly.
This must be what Kimmy was talking about whenever we interviewed her. And you remember we were also complimentary of how she's so even keel. She the only one with a, good head on her shoulders. And she said, okay, all right. But whenever you see who I really am, I really hope you keep that. She said, keep that same energy. And I wonder if they were currently filming what we're seeing now. Wait,
I think so.
That must have been before because that was a year ago. When did we interview her?
We interviewed her twice.
Oh, so it must have been the second time she said that. I think she knows that the way she's going to come off on camera is the way that we're reacting to now, which is why she said that in that interview.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. Well.
Child, listen. All right. So with that being said, we can go ahead and move on from there. So do us all a favor, stop complaining about the graphics and like the fucking video. Right. I hope you guys like the video. It's like 1,138 people in here right now. I don't know what the likes are looking like, but I know they're not reflecting that view count because you guys never show love like that. You guys just kind of sit and watch us in the background like
spectating, like haters.
Okay. And then we know some of y'all are haters. We're aware. But yes. I'm sorry. I see now that, Necey was telling me how everybody was so upset about that graphic beforehand. Yes, I did not see that, but I saw them in the comments. So we'll make sure that we make that adjustment. It's only been a week since Jay Lee left us. Okay. It's only been a week, y'all. Excuse us. Okay. Y'all wasn't complaining about what the faces was last fucking episode when we had these same. Never mind. Let me just go ahead.
If y'all want to see the faces so bad, y'all stay tuned for this live show.
Okay. Make sure y'all buy it in person.
You can see the faces and the bottom halves.
Okay. You can see our whole. You can see us from our head to our toes. Okay. You can see us. Okay. When you buy tickets to our live show, when we put them up, just know this. Okay. But it has only been a week. Can y'all give us a break? I mean, it's been a time. Okay. We have all been going through things, and it would just be really great if everybody would just
it's the breakdown for me. I knew it was coming.
Okay. Everybody just give us a break. Okay. Because it's been a lot. Okay. Y'all have no idea what's going on with us. Okay. Everybody got shit going on in their life. And y'all making us feel bad because we ain't fixed all the graphics yet. Okay. Y'all gonna make me broke up Candy cry in here. Okay.
Come on, Candy cry. Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, I'm done.
They need to make that cry app so I can just
please
make that a voice note suggestion so I can use this.
Oh my gosh, I need it now. It reminds me of that girl on Tyra Banks. You don't know what I've been going through. I'm hurt inside. I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this.
Learn something from this. We were all rooting for you. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is the beginning of the gossip, which is the end of Love and Marriage Huntsville, basically. So y'all, it's a few things. Let me go. I have it. First of all, let's start here with Arian, and then we'll move on into the interview that I believe Martell did at Essence. I'm not sure where this audio is coming from, but it sounds like an on-stage panel, and I hear Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee on there, and I hear Tammy Rivera, and there's another woman whose voice I cannot exactly, place. But I also don't like her already. But anyway, we'll get into that in a moment because I'm gonna play a little snippet from that for you guys. But Arian got on Instagram, and this is how you know that Arian is stalking Mel. Okay, Arian is on Melody's head tie, as Jane would say, and I don't know why. I don't know why. If you know what I'm saying, they're not talking about you anymore. They haven't said anything, like nothing about you, girl. You're in the past. You're in the distant past at this point for Love and Marriage Huntsville and Melody Cherie. Okay, so it's annoying to me that you are even watching her this closely to be on her story so that you can post. So Mel said, my chef literally cooked me a delicious meal. Hold up, let me do it. My chef literally cooked me a delicious meal and dropped it off on my porch since I'm sick. And I'm so thankful because, baby, it hit the spot. Okay?
The baby was so accurate.
I was trying, y'all. I was trying because it was a little bit to Portia. And I was trying to bring it back. So that's what she said. That's all she said, y'all. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. That's all she said. Okay, Arian. After leaving family vacation and catching COVID, then him slipping up calling you my name. I know you double sick. Takes 25% off Eris Boutique. # discount code double sick. Bitch, you is lame as fuck. Send it to her, because I know somebody gonna screenshot it. Send it to her. Bitch, you lame as fuck. Okay? Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all roll, but let me hurry up this fast. Ma'am, I don't know if you're listening. Let me tell you. The fact that you even still worrying about this lady shows how thirsty, desperate, and stalkery your ass is. Go to school. Do something. Make a YouTube page. Review the show. I don't know. Make money. Do something. Find another nigga. Get a job. I don't know. But, I mean, maybe even do something with your kids. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do something with the babies. I don't know. Do something. But get the fuck off male head. This is what I'm talking about. Like, why is you even worrying about her? How do you know she got COVID? Why do you know that? And also, what do you mean he slipped up and called her your name? Bitch, what difference does it make? He still don't want you.
Telling her this?
You know Martell telling her stuff, but it don't matter because the nigga still don't want you. He's still not wifing you, even with his wife clean up out the spot. See, Will, thank you for the super chat. Please do an episode on misogynoir in Huntsville. The show is rooted in misogynoir, including people's reaction to mail. You know what I'm going to tell you, dear? I love that you said that, and I thank you for the super chat, but I'm going to go ahead and bring you to Wounded Womb Mind of Lilith, okay? She does these types of videos, okay? We may do it too, but since you here, go ahead and check her out because she does that. She'll take that standpoint, you know, on a specific episode and break it all the way the fuck down for y'all. So if you want that type of thing, you know, immediately check her out. But yeah, ladies, what y'all got to say about this foolishness?
I have a question. I was wondering if she's tired yet. Are you tired? Because Melody over there living her best life, like it has to be exhausting to continue to try and stay relevant. Now that you are slowly becoming like a has-been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like she should just be tired at this point, bothering this woman. Melody has divorced this man. And if you want him, you can have him. But you can't actually, because when he had the conversation with Louis, he said that he loves marriage. He misses marriage. He would like to be married. But not once did he mention you. I'm sure you're available.
Yeah, you're still his marriage.
Correct.
Yes,
correct. Girl. Exactly. So I'm sure you're available, but you're just not somebody that he wants. And I know that has to be tiring for you to continue to come to social media and try to convince the people that he's still reaching out. He's still calling you. Y'all have a child together. So I'm sure he's still reaching out and calling you and checking up on the child. But I really think it's sad to say, but like, let it go. Because it's like, if it's not male, it's still not going to be you. So what are we doing here? Why are you stalking this lady's page and then you trying to come up with a new one? Last time it was linebacker. This time it's double sick. Where was the hashtag for peasant? Because we didn't, like, where was that one at?
Yeah.
If we doing punchlines, like I'm just like be cool. And I feel like sometimes if her audience watches her because she goes live so much, I feel like there may be some people that may start to like you. Okay, they for whatever reason. Okay, everybody got their own. They may start to like you, like your personality, whatever you give off. But then you do things like this that sets yourself back. But then you want to come to us and cry and say, "Oh, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm having these type of suicidal thoughts or whatever." Y'all don't understand what I've been through, this and that. And then you come back to us with stuff like this. So then it's hard for people to really sympathize with you when you be going through whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, you just need to go back, fall back, and just go collect your own life and focus on yours. And I also see the tactic that you're using as well. See what Melody does when there is mess surrounding her or the show drops or whatever like that. Melody may not address the mess, but what she gonna do is address 7th Avenue, and she's gonna drop a link down there for y'all to shop since you come into my page and you lurking, right? Well, you try to use the same tactic, which definitely lets me know that you heavily be watching her page, because you take what's on her page and then you come over here with your own discount code. So you're really trying to learn from the master. So instead of slipping up under her man, you should have been slipping up to be her friend so that you can learn some things yourself as you go along in this life. But either way, girl, good luck.
Jami,
Together you're making a fool. You making a fool of yourself. That's literally, y'all. Arian is that song for me. Every single line in that song was written for her. Does he take you to church? Does he ask you to pray? No, because Sunday's family day. Girl, you was at home double sick yourself, okay? Yeah, I think she's lame. I think that she will always be number 2. And at this point, I think she's okay with that as long as she thinks she can make a coin off of it, which is why she's trying to come with these promo codes. So it's kind of like, make yourself useful, spill some tea. If you're not going to spill any tea, then go to sleep. You know how kids be acting a fool whenever they sleepy? Girl, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
It's the good luck face that Jami had. Oh my God. Okay. So are we ready for this audio? First of all, thank you to the young lady that told me who all the people were. That was Delicious that said that shit. I am so appalled.
What did Delicious say?
We're going to get to it. I'm about to play it. Thank you to L for the super chat. Mel is shining and doing major things. This ninja has said and shown Slaw that she is not the one. Mel is not the enemy, girl. Get some business. Okay? All of that. So let's go ahead and get into the audio of it all. I've been holding it up here on my screen because I plays no games. Let's go ahead and get into it, people. Thank you.
I think things really heighten once we really
echo.
Oh,
you know,
sorry.
And a narrative.
So you went into this show knowing you had an affair. It was probably going to play out on TV.
Well, no.
Or you thought she was going to be able to hide it?
Well, it wasn't about hiding. At times, I mean, I did stop. You follow me? So at times, I did stop cheating because, again.
But wasn't the show initially my assistant is a major fan?
Oh Lord.
The show wasn't initially all about their marriage. It didn't start out that way. From what I understand, for the season, it started out about business and real estate, and then the marriage issue started getting so popular, and that took over.
You got to pay the people in the audience, okay, guys?
Can I say something though? As far as like when people say.
I want you to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Her shit didn't come out. Her cheat didn't come out till later on.
Okay, so
let's go.
It came
I want to hear that.
No, look. When we come back, we're gonna finish the conversation about her stuff. Welcome back to Ministry. Before the break, we was finishing up with Martell, and I wanted you to go a little bit more into when you were talking about your wife's stuff didn't play out on TV and how that could have being on TV could have a potential effect on how things played out in the marriage.
Well, considering that my ex-wife and I we currently are filming a show, I'm not going to dig deep off into certain things because we begin to be at a better place right now. We do have 4 children, and it's real life. So I'm beginning to like watch what I say, watch the moves that I make and things like that. Because, you know, we try to put the kids, we better put the kids first, you know. And it has been a difficult road going through a divorce with 4 children and things of that nature. So I'm not going to elaborate on too much.
I want to ask you one more question, and I'm going to transition. How are you incorporating that 5th child?
Well, to me, it's very simple. I've been a great father since I had my first child, and I'm carrying on with my 5th. It's no difference. Yeah. I have him the time that I have my 4 children. I mean, honestly, I didn't want it to be the way it happened. I didn't envision that. You know, it's something that, it's like, it was my escape. Almost for like some happiness or something like that. Like, I mean, but for real though, you know, I was in a marriage, you know, my wife didn't complain about too much, really. It almost seemed like I was the one complaining. Like, damn.
My wife.
Wow.
She probably never mind.
Go ahead. I was thinking the same thing.
I'm not trying to be smart.
Communication comes in, guys.
But you don't communicate for 7 years.
No. So, hey, you guys gotta go back and watch that goddamn show. So I communicated, and my thing was, I told her what she was not doing for me. And my thing was, she told me on the show, she said, what you should have done, you should have grabbed me and set me down, and you should have told me that if you don't take care of me, I'm gonna go out and cheat on you. So she expected me just to be that transparent. But I feel that if I come up to you like, hey, listen, you start having sex with me like we ain't had sex in a week or whatever, you know, or you haven't cooked and, you know, it's me and the kids, I'm having to go out and get something to eat. I shouldn't have to.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, as soon as he grab her and sit her down, he gonna be on Hollywood Unlocked because he didn't put his hands on her. So.
But then why didn't you? Because we always have the option to leave before it gets to that point.
No, I'm sorry, but listen. So communication. So I feel that she wasn't being fulfilled. I feel that she should have communicated that to me as well, and I feel that that's where we was lacking at right there.
Well, you know what? On the show, because I did watch some of it.
Yeah.
I heard you communicate to your wife on a numerous occasions, but there was something that I saw, like she wasn't listening to you. She just did. She told you what you was going to do. Yeah. It was, and you just look, you would just listen, but your wheels was turning. Yeah. And I think she took the relationship for granted. Yeah. I really believe that. I think she got comfortable, and she just, because he's a excellent father. Like they have 4 beautiful children, and he was at home with the children while she was chasing her career. Yeah. And I was sitting, and I'm like, well, she just like with the play situation on season 2. Yeah. Because I watched season 2 because that's where it started to like boil over. So you said, why are you going to do this play? Because we're living, what we've already experienced. And she was like, I'm going to do the play and you're going to support me. I'm not trying to cut you. I've never watched it. I'm no disrespect. I never watched that. Well, I do watch my own show sometimes. So I never watched the show, but I can say that what you see on TV is only 20% of what happens behind camera. Absolutely. So she's not here. I don't know this show. Because now you got all these people in your business who are giving their opinions and putting stuff in your head.
Yeah. I think things really heighten once we really get on TV.
So you went to this show knowing you had an affair. It was probably going to play out on TV.
Well, no.
Or you thought she was going to be able to hide it?
Well, it wasn't about hiding. At times, I did stop. You follow me? So at times, I did stop cheating because, again...
But wasn't the show initially, my assistant is a major fan.
Oh, Lord.
You're muted.
Can't hear you, Bondy. You're muted.
Sorry, I had muted myself so that I wouldn't have the echo. But that was that portion that with that lady, that was the part that flipped my top, and I had to X out of the shit. Cause I was like, I'm about to lose my mind. This shit raising my pressure. Let me go ahead and get out of it.
Who was that?
Somebody said her name is Rebecca. She was the host. But all I know is if you want to fuck Martell, just say that.
You took the words out of my mouth, Bondy. You ain't got to do all that to smash Martell. I think, Martell, you a good man. I think you a good man. She just didn't understand.
And she wasn't listening to you.
She didn't take
She told you what you was going to do. Like, that's crazy.
That must have been the only episode she watched if she felt that way. But even from that, like, that's so little.
Like, how you start from season 2, though? I feel like start from season 1 so you can get the overall, like, get everything. Like, you just jumped in at season 2 and then just automatically identified that she wasn't listening to you. You're a good man.
At the beginning or the end? Because I didn't hear this part because I told y'all I had to click off the shit. And y'all see it's a 15-minute long interview. So I wasn't about to sit there and listen to all of that. Was it at the beginning or at the end? Because I can scrub very quickly and we can get to it. But I need to know, was it at the beginning or was it at the end?
That was a 15%. That's the discount code right there.
There we go. No, the whole
15% off.
Yes.
Hashtag sideline for 15% off.
Chanel Scott was the host. So Chanel is not Rebecca. Chanel, y'all, because somebody said it was only a few people. The end, okay, give me 1 second, girl. 1 second.
Chanel Scott. Who is this woman?
She was capable of doing it from the beginning.
She don't watch the show.
To answer that question, of course she was capable.
I've seen her before.
She was capable of doing it from the beginning. But I guess just the emotions, the feelings, and things of that nature, whatever I was giving or not giving at that time was the actual response, So, and I guess the response was, I'm not doing certain things to satisfy him because of what I was doing or what I was not doing. So one or the other.
I just asked him that question on camera. Did he think that his wife, because he said that your side piece only really gave you like 15-20% of what you were missing?
Yeah, look at you, a producer. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
No, that's correct, right?
That's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I wasn't thinking like that. So, if I thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I want that damn 15%. I'm gonna stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case. I think that I wasn't thinking.
But you know what? If you give 85%, you deserve to lose everything you got to that 15%. Because if you date me, I'm 100%, motherfucker. So you better give me 100% too.
I appreciate that.
And I'm not saying to you. I'm saying,
No.
I'm saying,
now you was, Jason.
I know that's gonna strike a nerve with some people. But let me say something, because I dated a 15%er, or no, he was a 50%er. And we talk about retaliation. I had way more resources than him. And this is way before TV and money and all that. I had money, but I didn't have money like I got money now. Now I would be a problem. But then I had the money, and this person cheated on me, lied on me, and stole from me in the same weekend. And those are my 3 rules. So retaliation, you talk about retaliation. I was the Floyd Mayweather retaliation. I went out, I intentionally did so much damage to that person that I wrote a chapter about it in my book. God Must Have Forgot About Me.
Okay, you guys, you heard what Martell had to say, and I liked how a lot of people were holding him accountable.
Unmute, Bondy, unmute.
Sorry, y'all. I keep forgetting. Empress TV. Shout out to Empress TV. Y'all make sure y'all follow her because this is where I got this from. Okay, because y'all know I like to cite
shout out to you.
Okay, so shout out to Empress TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, because to me, it annoyed me when Jason said that shit about, oh, you know, he had every right to do what he did because 85%. And I was just kind of like, no, sir, who is a man who has not had 4 children for a nigga and worked it. Like, I need for you not to have an opinion about what her 85% look like versus your 85% bussy popping and such things. And that's no disrespect, but you ain't having no motherfucking children. So don't compare your 85% of sucking and fucking and paying bills to what Mel was doing, having children for a nigga and still working and being the breadwinner. He lied during he was the breadwinner. Nigga, that's a lie. If you were the breadwinner when Mel left you, you would still have money. And not the money you had to steal from her. So
I didn't interpret what he said as that. I wasn't mad at what Jason said because he said,
I thought he was defending Mel.
He was defending her. He said that if you were willing to, he said if you considered her to be 85%, then you deserve to lose her. Because if you're with somebody, I need to be your 100%.
Oh, I thought he was saying that if, you know, like if he the 85%, then you should have been 100%. Because that's what he said. I'm giving 100%. So when he said I'm giving 100%, I thought he was saying, okay.
No, he was saying if she's only 85 to you, that's the problem. You need to lose her.
Yes,
because she's
all right.
100.
I respect that read, but Jason is very triggering to me because Jason often says problematic things. So I, okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry, Jason, but you still be pussy popping, nigga. And that's okay. Pop that pussy, okay? Because I pop my pussy, so it's okay. Do you? I'm sorry, but what I heard was different. But I also thought I had heard something earlier on in the interview that also annoyed me about Jason. So I guess okay, so it wasn't just me. I heard it the same way. Okay, it wasn't just me that heard it that way. Okay, but that's not what he meant. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was just an interesting interview. I'm gonna have to go back and actually, listen to the whole thing, especially for him to say, if I would have known what I guess like what he was getting or what he was losing in the 85%, or if his mentality was different, he would have said, hell no, I don't want that 15%. But yet he's calling your phone still. Oh shit. Either Martell is still out here lying, but some part of me is like everything Martell's saying ain't a lie. He ain't lying about everything.
No,
okay.
Not everything.
No. What part we think he lying about? What?
No. I'm just saying in general. A lot of us think that Martell is often a liar, but I'm like
not about everything. He's not smart enough to be a liar about everything. He's impulsive. Impulsive people tell the truth sometimes out of impulsiveness, like the way he sprayed Chris, the way he sprayed Martell with the 20 girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? The way he said that Arian took that picture that Marceau posted. All of that shit, like, no, he's impulsive. So
can you play that again, Bondy?
I will.
Somebody said that that if you're not 100%, he deserved to be cheated on. But I thought he said you deserve to risk losing her if she wasn't 100%.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said too. You deserve to lose her.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was just thinking about her talking about how Martell be calling her. And I'm like, either she lying or Martell lying. But Martell, as far as him not really wanting her and her being like a 15%, I'm like, you can't be lying about everything. He probably really be seeing her like that. Damn, I hate I made that decision.
I feel like he uses her to be the reason why his marriage fell apart. Your marriage fell apart regardless of who the girl was gonna be. If it wasn't Arian, it was gonna be another girl. And I think that same way he tried to blame his grandmother dying for him not going to the NFL.
And how he tried to blame Marceau for them 20 women's that he be with too. You be acting like you don't be out here with 20 women.
Did I mute myself?
Yeah, you had.
I'm sorry.
did you?
That's why y'all didn't hear me. I'm trying to see if I can find that spot. Hold up.
She was like, I'm gonna do the play. No, watch that. Why do you watch TV? It's only because now you got all the people in your business who are giving it.
And a narrative.
We're gonna play out on TV.
You follow me? So at times
Actually, like
This is messy.
Jason did say something else that was messy at the beginning, but that part it didn't sound like it.
That's what I'm trying to find it to see if I can play it again. But I played the whole clip, so I don't know where that part was.
we currently are filming.
Hold up, go back.
like when people say, I want you to say,
Oh, no, sorry.
No, it was the end.
Well,
Yeah, it was towards the end.
that
of my fifth, early on.
I really like Jason. A lot of people don't like Jason, but like over the years, Jason has grown on me. One thing Jason gonna do though, if he don't do nothing else, he gonna always bring a story back to himself. If he don't do shit else, Jason gonna tell you about his life, baby. You hear me?
I like that. I like when people do that.
He'd be like, oh yeah, because when I had a situation, I did this and that, then I went down there. I'm like, Jason, okay. And it's crazy because it's like, here we go. But at the same time, it's like, I be intrigued. I be tuned in like, and what else happened, Jason?
Yeah.
So he has definitely grown on me for sure.
That's what some of these shows be triggering.
Can y'all hear it?
I'm saying, because I know it's going to people.
We can hear it. It's going really fast right now, though.
He was an 8. No.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said Jason will never, ever, never grow on me, period.
Some people just be like that. Some people is just like, nah, not my type. Not my type.
Nah, I respect it for sure. I respect it, guys.
And reality TV be triggering me so much into in certain situations.
The people, but let me say something because I dated a 15%er, or no, he was a 50%er.
I think you need to go back a little bit.
Yeah, just right before that, he says
TV and money because I dated.
No.
Right there.
I wasn't thinking.
But you know what? If you give 85%, you deserve to lose everything you got to that 15%. Because if you
he's saying if you're only giving 85%, you deserve to lose everything you got to the side chick. Wow. I was trying to make the shit make sense because I just thought who would logically say that? Wow.
I'm still trying to make it make sense.
You deserve to lose everything you got to that 15%.
I think he said it wrong.
100%, motherfucker. No. So you better give me 100% too.
I appreciate it.
And I'm not saying to you. I'm saying,
no.
I'm saying,
I appreciate that.
I'm saying,
he's saying Martell is 100%. And if you are 85% as the other partner, then you deserve to lose me to somebody that fit.
Yes,
now, Jason, I just said you grew on me. I'm gonna have to rub you just a little bit because you done rub me the wrong way. I'm gonna have to rub you off just a little bit. I get it now.
Thank you, Danielle, for the super chat. He agreed with Martell because Tammy didn't agree. If you watch the whole video, you will see. Thank you for the super chat. Teresa MW, thank you for the super chat as well. I feel like we heard it. It was just a misunderstanding in what was being heard because I had it playing a little fast there. So I think they just kind of didn't hear exactly what he said. But we heard it that time.
We damn sure did. I'm glad you went back.
So I'm gonna retweet what Bondy said. I don't think anybody can speak on 85 versus 100 who is not raising kids and things of that sort. I feel like I just mentioned this last week. Like the golden rule is 100. Like
y'all like this.
You can't give 100% all the time in a relationship. So for him to say that she should lose him because she only has 85% to give is just the fuck.
But see, my thing is this: Martell was he was already operating at less than 85% himself because let Mel tell it on the previous episode. Monique got them both on the phone to tell her how her dude had been cheating. and had been trying to hook up with her assistant. So he had already been operating low. So why would you even expect to get 85% from a woman that you went into a marriage disrespecting? I'm a little confused. And it's people that's sitting on the stage that don't even have the full context and just saying some shit because he's in front of you and you want to feel like you cool, and because he looks palatable or whatever the case may be, he looks appealing to you and you want to just go along with some shit. Like, that's not. No. Do y'all even watch the show? Do you even have? Girl, it's too much drama going on around Love and Marriage Huntsville for you to not have the context of what's really going on. So he was never going to get 85% from her because he wasn't doing his part. He wasn't 100% for her to give. Like, I'm confused.
I know Essence Fest may not know me. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But next time y'all want a motherfucker to talk about a show, make sure y'all get people who know the show. Don't have people up there interviewing Martell Holt that don't know nothing about Martell Holt. That's stupid. And that's irresponsible thinking of the way he is. In the way a lot of the women at Essence Fest probably would not want to be, endeared to a man that they don't know is this type of dog ass nigga. So for me, I feel like that was some dangerous shit to sit him on that stage and not give the full scope of what has happened. Because now you got bitches in the audience that might want to fuck Martell that have no idea because they've never seen Love and Marriage Huntsville because they can't afford OWN. They don't know that Martell Holt is out here dogging you hoes out.
Why does that make me feel a little bit like Martell was getting a little bit of pretty privilege on the stage just because he looks good? That they're not. But then it's pretty privilege and lack of knowledge. Go ahead.
Y'all think Mel got him that booking?
I don't know. You talking about Mel or Melnika? Like, which one?
Melnika.
She
Do y'all think
probably did.
Melnika got him that booking? Because I want to know, like,
possibly.
Was you there selling wine? Was you selling 2023 calendars? Was you what else is you doing? Was you selling your cookbook, or was you just there looking pretty?
Thank you, C. Will, for the super chat. He said what he said.
Interesting.
The male folks are listening with my misogynoir ears. Child, that's a misogynoir ears. Y'all listen to misogyny in your ears. Okay. Y'all, I couldn't but look. I don't know who thought that was a good interview, but I'm gonna just let y'all have it. Thank you, Femboy, for the super chat. You're not going to get 100% from your partner. That's why it's important for you to have other types of relationships like friends in your life to get the rest of what you need and want. I agree, Femboy, 100%. Lesson I had to learn in my marriage. 2Ls, thank you for the super chat. Society and especially our community loves to promote women having to work double time to keep a man. Look at Jazzy. Both parties should show 100%. Girl, that's not even get into her taking it up the ass for his enjoyment, but her displeasure. Let's not even get into that.
Hashtag double holes. Double sides.
Bro, I feel like, you need to just put, I'm going to let that go. But I'm going to listen, y'all. That situation really hurt my feelings. I was like, girl, I can't even support you in the same manner that I did before because you just did hurt my whole heart. But with that being said, ladies, do y'all have anything to say about this before we move on to the next gossip topic? No, y'all don't. All right. I appreciate everybody for all their candor. Let's go ahead and get into Miracle Watts and Tyler Lapel, because see, his baby mother is upset because Miracle Watts referred to her kids. And this is her first baby right there in her womb. So let me play y'all what Miracle Watts said, because I feel like it's so easy to be on this lady's side. You ain't got no kids, bitch. You ain't even met my kids like that. You only met my kids one time. Don't be sitting up here talking about your kids. That's what she said. We'll get to it in a second. But I want y'all to hear what Miracle Watts had to say first, because I feel like April is upset and it's showing.
Or whatever business you have, just to let y'all know to keep going. And I know it's better said than done, because I be ready to close down shop. I'm really ready to close down shop right now, but I'm not. I want to keep going and stay consistent because it's not easy. Every day is not a good day. Some days, like we having no sales, I be want to cry. I don't really want to put no more money into it, but I'm like, girl, just keep going. It's gonna get better. I'm just waiting on better days. And I know y'all probably look at it like, she got this many followers. I'm sure her sales just be off the fucking roof. They don't. Huh. Lord, I wish they did, but your girl gonna stay motivated. Your girl gonna stay consistent. And I mean, you know, I'm gonna be a mama or whatever. But I gotta buy some milk. I got kids to feed.
So that was basically all she said. And April jumped off the porch and said, "You do? You have met Leo twice and Jade once. They are not your children." And Miracle said, "For one, I would never try to fulfill your shoes as a mother. I have my own shoes to fill. Number two, as a woman and a mother, you should feel good about someone who wants to embrace your children and include them as a family. Would you prefer the opposite? Number three, I don't do internet games. You have my number, Miss King." So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, but I'm sorry, I'm on Miracle's side with this. I feel like it was just, you know, like I have a man that has 2 children. If I'm marrying this man, his children are now going to be my children. Okay. So even though I'm not trying to take nobody mama's spot, you know what I'm saying? But also, like, is it really a bad thing for you to feel like, you know, for her to include if she about to marry this man? Because aren't they engaged?
No.
They not engaged. He didn't propose. I thought he proposed.
I didn't
No,
think
ma'am.
so.
He proposed the video that they announced that she got a baby on the way. But
That's sad. That's real sad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and, but I still felt like it wasn't that big of a deal for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's claiming your kids like that. It wasn't like she was sitting up there like, those are my kids, and she's just like, I got kids to feed. It was just something to say in her video where she was talking about, you know, so I just kind of felt like the video wasn't about that for her to take it and then create issues on social media about it.
for me, I feel like Miss King, are you stalking? That's one. Number two, how do you know the 3 children she was talking about included your kids? She may have a niece and a nephew that she refers to as her kids that she's probably looking after and have to take care of. But you over here thinking that it's about your kids. Yikes. I don't think that, like, I agree with what Miracle said. Like, when you want somebody that would care for your kids, but at the same time, I understand a little bit where the mom is coming from if you are referring to our children, because you're not in that position yet. You're just not. Yeah, you can welcome my kids and stuff, but don't try and refer to my kids like they're yours. Like, look after them, all that other great stuff, whatever. But when you get engaged, then I'll respect your, or married, then I'll respect your position as that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, when Miracle asked the question of when you want somebody to care for your kids, yes, I would. But you claiming my kids like they biologically yours, and they're just not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, So I kind of see where they're both coming from, but more so, I do feel like I'm on Miracle's side because Miss King, she did not at you in this post. She could have just been joking. Yeah, somebody asked her a question. She said she got 3 kids, but not once did she say the 3 kids she has were yours. So you just spoke out of turn, and now you exposing yourself. Your slip is showing. So what is really the issue?
I kind of felt like I might be tripping because the Miss King sounded upset, but I understood where she was coming from, because I feel like a lot of people try to stunt on Instagram. Everything is not what it seems. And I feel like if you've met the kids once or twice, don't publicly tell these people that you have 3 kids. He hasn't even proposed to you yet. So I feel like that's probably something that should be established off Instagram before you announce to your however many million followers that those are your children. So that's a relationship that you need to work to build with those kids and their mother before you take it to Instagram trying to make it seem like shit is cute. Like, yeah, that's cute, but we haven't established that yet. So I understand where the mom is coming from.
Yeah. Great points, Necey. And that's where I saw it as well. It was just that she inserted herself for me. That was kind of like, but I love the points that you made, because I do agree.
Okay.
And Miracle is right whenever she says, would you want somebody to fulfill your own shoes? But the thing is, like we mentioned, you're not engaged. What shoes are you fulfilling? Like, let's work on our relationship before you tell all these people. It was very much giving me like, whenever, and this ain't the same situation, but this is the same level of stunt that you'll see absentee fathers do when they post pictures with their children on the holidays. And it's like, what message are you trying to send if we haven't even established a correct relationship in real life off Instagram?
Okay, so let me say this. if we feel like Miracle was stunned, which is very much a possibility, okay, then why is it the grown woman thing to do to address it on social media instead of addressing it with your baby daddy, that his new baby mama needs to pull it back a bit and keep that shit under wraps? Because to me personally, I feel like everybody don't need to be in your business, and nobody needed to know that you had an issue with them. But now everybody's going to feel like you're mad because they're on social media doing their we're in love thing. And you was just waiting for the right moment to come at Miracle about something, very much something, because you just wanted to,
that, or, you have, I mean, she could have been stalking, but I think that she addressed it on social media because Miracle went to social media with it. And it was a situation of when you go low, I'm going to go low. Like, I don't want to be the bigger person.
But was it really her going low?
It not literally. I mean, like figuratively. Like, you move this way, I'ma move this way. I think that's what she was trying to do. Like, I'ma address this on social media because you decided to claim my kids on social media.
I mean, I get where y'all coming from, but I also feel like if they do stay together, you know what I'm saying, then he been posting her on social media. So I don't know, like everybody's saying he not claiming her, but he got her pregnant. They taking photo shoots. They on a show together. Like, I'm always seeing them together. So I'm confused as to how people don't feel like he's publicly claiming her. Honestly,
they had the whole video.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I thought they were engaged, because I was like, they've been doing so much. But even if they're not engaged, it doesn't matter. They're having a baby together. So she's going to be in your life regardless. So if you felt away, I just kind of feel like this is something that's not that serious. Because, like, it'd be different if she actually got on social media with a picture of the kids. Like, look at all my 3 children. This was a simple, I got kids to feed. It could have just been something said in jest. But when she came to correct
you're right. She been waiting to jump.
Yeah, that's my only thing. Like, I felt like, especially when I look at her, like, she looks like you left me for a stripper booty and I'm mad.
Mm-hmm. She got every right to be mad. So that's why I'm kind of like, girl, I ain't mad at the way April handled it at all.
When I read her message, you do?
April. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah, I never heard of her.
I don't think he never did. I'm wondering if something else was happening behind the scenes that made April react or respond to her like she did.
Yeah.
Somebody said that their youngest baby ain't even 1. Somebody said the youngest baby wasn't even 1. So people are assuming it's overlap. So that's another trigger for a woman who you think is the slide in to be claiming your kids. And it's like, well, shit, we ain't even fixed our relationship yet. Hold on.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I definitely get both sides. I just, a lot of times when it comes to certain things, when celebrities get to a certain level, I take the Beyonce approach, which is give these hoes dust. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm always in a mindset of what would Beyonce do? And she would pay these hoes dust. So that's like, I'm just saying, that's just me. Sometimes I feel like there's no need, if you really are up here, to address shit when it ain't that direct. But I also get what y'all saying. Like, Miracle could be on some bullshit because she can't act. So
I think both of her kids are over the age of 1, though. I don't think Miracle and him been together that long. I think both of the kids are at least 2 years old.
They may be. Well,
he just got in this relationship with her quick, and since he fine as hell, she did what any woman would do, which is her up and go and get pregnant.
Shoot up the club.
She did.
Clamp down on
his babies.
I was like, girl, we just met him. How you gonna take him? And we just met him. Like, he is 1 season, and then you on the next. Bitch, we can't even have him imaginary, bitch, because you on the show with him and with him in real life. I mean, we don't really want him no more because, he know he pretty, and we don't like niggas who know they pretty. So now that he know that, we over him. But, he's still pretty to look at and all of these things.
It's sad because I do feel like, and I hope that I'm wrong, but some part of me thinks that this is just a moment in her life. And I hate that for her.
Whose life?
Miracles.
Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is. Because it don't, to me, it just don't feel like it's about the Megan, Lancer, and Bondy.
Yeah, it's not giving that.
And they also, like to see themselves. Like ever since they've been together, everything's been super public. Like, oh, look at us, we both fine, we together.
I bet you they taped themselves fucking. Ooh,
I'm sure. I'm sure
y'all
they
that
did.
video with them in the club where he was like, all on the back of her. I was like, ooh, that made me horny. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in a stage in my life. The only Chelsea, thank you for the super chat.
Damn, did she put love you on his page? Oh, okay. He responded. I appreciate that. Good job. Go ahead.
He did. He absolutely came in to let everybody know it ain't nothing going on around here. Y'all need to go ahead and mind y'all business. You know what I'm saying? He kept the cue for real. 2Ls, thank you for the super chat. I think April should have addressed Tyler to address Miracle. Me too. That's my thing too. Since they've talked prior, then April could have pulled her up offline. Still, where's Tyler? And that's the main thing for me, is that I feel like, bitch, talk to him, because he needs to talk to her. You don't need to have any dealings with her, especially if you feel like that about her. Like, no, talk to him and tell him to get this shit under control, nigga, before I have
She better than me though. Only because she better than me. Only because I would want to get my lick figuratively back on social media. And if she talked to Tyler, that shit would have been handled in private. And I would have wanted to get my point across where everybody saw her make her point. I'm petty.
You know, people don't be wanting marriage like that. You know, these men don't be wanting marriage like that. You know what I'm saying? And then these hoes be acting like they don't want marriage like that because they don't want to upset these niggas. Listen, I say the word in that. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and leave. Let's talk about C's right quick, because C's decided, hold up, because it wasn't working. Okay, there we go. C's decided that he wanted to go on a little trip to Jamaica. It was a vacation with a bitch we don't know. And then he got arrested. But we don't know if he really got arrested, because he came out I think today or at some point this week. I don't be keeping track. I don't have time for that. He said this.
The blog needs to stop telling lies. Man, who the fuck got arrested in Atlanta, man? Stop your bullshit. Start suing motherfuckers for stupid shit.
Okay, so here, this is It's Only Entertainment, you guys. And I had a nice long conversation with Kit from Black Ink Crew last weekend. And she basically told me that this blog has been targeting them because this blog was supposed to be on the show. And this blog scenes got cut. Kit even said that when she was seen throwing a drink at C's baby mama on their show, Crystal had got her teeth and all of that fixed, and then she showed up in her little red dress acting stank and got into it with Kit, and it made it seem like Kit threw a drink at her. Kit said she did not throw a drink at Crystal. She threw a drink at this blog owner who was there, but they cut around him, shot around him, and cut him the fuck out because allegedly Kit said that he threatened to harm the cast members with a pistol. So yeah. She said
on a reality TV show. That's crazy.
Yeah, girl. Because she said he wanted his camera time. So Kit told me, okay, I don't know this for a fact, but Kit told me, y'all. And then this story comes out with C saying that this is bullshit. He didn't get arrested. And it just kind of made me feel like C's may be telling the truth, because I feel like It's Only Entertainment may have like a little vendetta. And I feel like we've seen blogs be biased and post certain things, but this is taking it to another level. What do you guys think?
That's very crazy. If anybody made that up when this man did not get arrested, because like we didn't even get a mugshot. Like sometimes when that happens, a mugshot is either given immediately or it follows shortly thereafter. But instead of that, we ended up getting C saying that he wasn't arrested. So I don't know what to make of that. Kit could be telling the 100% truth, and maybe he still. But why would you say that though? If he was never arrested, or I don't know who the hell believe, because C's is very much so a liar, as we know that he is and has shown himself to be. So he could have just got out of jail and got to the house, and he walking around saying, when was this? Right. So he could have got arrested, but probably wasn't, taken into the jail. Maybe it was an arrest, exactly had a conversation, and maybe it was a misunderstanding. So it could be that they probably wasn't lying.
Right.
Somebody say, it's not true because TMZ didn't report.
Right. I had to post this because honestly, I didn't see anybody else post it except for this blog.
TMZ, it's still late now. But yeah, I agree with you, Jami. I think it's a little mix of both. I don't feel like it's a complete lie. I think your ass might have got tied up and detained for a little bit, and then you got let go. So yeah, I think it's one of those situations. I do want to point out how this man irritates me, but he actually had chapstick on in that clip.
You think so? Because I still was looking. It was a bit dark for me.
Let's try it again. Let's do it again.
You blog need to stop telling lies. Man, who the fuck got arrested in Atlanta, man? Stop your bullshit.
No, there's a little shine. There's a little shine on it.
Girl, that's the light from the top. That's the light from the top. That man ain't had nothing. Y'all know C's don't put that on them lips.
You know, he keep a pack on. He ain't gonna let us rip up his lips no more. Okay. But we is gonna talk about you for what you're doing to these dogs and these women.
Look, I feel like it's all the same. I feel like if you have anger issues to beat up little bitty ass dogs, you have anger issues to beat up your daughter and the women that you date. People like to, compartmentalize and act like if a man does something to his child, that means he won't do it to you, Suzette.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I feel like I don't want to see pictures of your fucking bruises. I don't. Because when his daughter was in this situation, you got online to disparage her so that you can have this back and talked about her weight. So no, I don't give a fuck about what he did to you because you stayed with him after whatever he did to his daughter. And I feel like your evidence with Duchess and the dogs lets me know that he did what his daughter said he did too. Allegedly.
Well,
but yes, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on. If y'all don't have anything else to add to that, okay, we wish him good luck. Shout out to Jami. Okay. Let's move on. Y'all, little controversial situation with Tierra Mack.
Did I know that the internet was going to respond this way? It is 2022 and I'm a Black woman. Of course, deep down, not even that deep, I knew that y'all would act this way towards a Black queer woman. Y'all are consistent. But sadly, I've been called worse things on the internet than like me upside down twerking. I introduced a comprehensive, age-appropriate, culturally relevant, pleasure-based sexual health curriculum in Rhode Island in 2021 and in 2022. 2021, that bill got almost no traction. No one really said anything about it. Most people were in support. 2022, that same bill gets a lot more attention and a lot more push. Same bill, different reaction. I was called a pedophile and a groomer by hundreds of thousands of people, and I even received a piece of mail to my home. Y'all gotta treat Black queer women better, please.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, guys. Clicking on the wrong pictures. Sorry. There we go. All right. So what happened was, she's explaining, because people were saying, because it's one of the comments that I got, was that she knew. I know the sound was a little bit low. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay. But basically, she was saying that she introduced this bill, and this is what this is up here. This is the bill, and I'm going to read to y'all the bill. But she twerked on vacation at the beach, and I'm not showing that because I don't have time for YouTube and their foolishness. But she was basically shaking her ass on a handstand in a thong bikini, and she looked amazing. And I saw this picture on her Instagram and decided to post this picture to give you context for the type of senator that she is. She is a member of the LGBTQ community. She is 28 years old, okay? And she is the senator of a very blue state called Rhode Island, all right? So before all of this happened, she introduced this bill, which teaches courses in family life or sex education within the state, okay? And it would include course instructions about abstinence from sexual activity and refraining from sexual intercourse as the preferred method of pregnancy prevention and the prevention of sexually transmitted diseases, okay? But it also said that it wanted to give evidence-based programs on the law and meaning of consent, okay, age-appropriate, developmentally appropriate elements of effective and evidence-based programs on the prevention of pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and sexual violence, okay? So they wanted to basically give children from grades 6 through 12 the knowledge that they need to know so that they don't get taken advantage of in this world, in my opinion. Okay. But she also wanted to inform them of different sexual orientations and be inclusive of same-sex relationships and talk about in gender expression and gender identity and the harm of negative gender stereotypes. So she basically wanted to introduce these children to sex and to all of these things in the school system. And people called her a pedophile. People called her all kind of terrible things because she wanted to enter in this into the curriculum. She's already a sitting senator. So when she twerked and said, vote, for Tierra Mack, she's already a senator. She doesn't really need your vote. Okay. Her twerking was just like, I'm twerking on vacation on a handstand and then vote Tierra Mack because I know y'all gonna be mad. So her response was to people who were like so angry with her and saying that she disgraced her position and it was classless. I feel like they were respectability politicking the fuck out of the situation when essentially you have politicians that do so many terrible things. Twerking is not at all the worst of our issues. And she was saying that they treated her far worse when she entered in this this law that she wanted to put in place for the students. Like they tore her ass apart. So she's basically saying they don't respect me anyway. So it doesn't matter what I do because they don't respect me anyway, because I'm Black, I'm a woman, and I'm queer. So I just wanted, you guys' opinion on the twerking and all of this.
I feel like it shouldn't be that much of a big deal because I feel like a lot of these politicians be out here doing shit way bigger than like twerking. They do different things like violating and stuff. Matter of fact, we can talk about the things that you guys actually don't do, all of the shit that you say you're going to do, but you get in the office and you don't do any of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like her twerking in her own time and doing what she do, I just don't think it should be that major of a deal. Like she's young, she's out there, she's, you know what I'm saying? I don't see the huge issue behind it. I guess it's all of the respectability politics, like College Hill and how the people was over there talking about you can't wear your open toe shoes or whatever. So times are changing. It is what it is.
I have to agree. I think this really is not a big deal, but I just went and looked at the video on TikTok and I saw a duet from a white girl and she said, would you vote for her? A lot of white people in the comments, hell no, I'm a Republican. So I feel like the uproar coming from them is a given, like she said, because she's Black and she's queer. But on the latter half of that, I think they want, when I say they, y'all know what I mean. People want us to feel some type of way about it specifically. I'm not about to reprimand another Black person for just living a Black carefree life, okay? I admire those moments. And I feel like that's just us falling in line with society and the racism and all the stuff we had to deal with for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And I'm not about to fall in line and try to tell this woman that she's not professional. That is just so crazy to me. Like y'all mentioned, there are people doing way worse things, like Lolita Island. We still ain't heard shit from that. And then now we're even laughing. I did not have sexual intercourse with that woman.
Come on.
So it's things like that where you'll laugh it off if it's a white man who's abusing his power. But a woman just living her carefree life on the beach, we have to reprimand her for that. I want no parts in it. But white people gonna do what they gonna do.
I'm more upset about the Black people who do it. And I just want to comment about this, but to be honest, respectability is what folks dragging side chicks and cheaters, so everyone does it. I want to be very clear. Her twerking on the beach is not hurting anybody. Side chicks and cheaters are definitely hurting and disrespecting the fuck out of Melody Holt all over the internet and television. Okay? So don't sit up there and compare somebody twerking on the internet to somebody actively hurting someone in real life. Why do y'all do this shit? It's so weird to me, the false comparisons. And to be clear, I'm tired of folks introducing babies to their reality. Listen, I may not agree with a lot of things. Like at the end of the day, girl, Macy Gray, I agree with what the fuck you said. But ultimately, your babies are going to be exposed to all of this shit, whether you like it or or not. And I want my kids to have all of the information. Okay, I want you to know exactly what the fuck is going on, because I don't want you getting took. I don't want you being confused, and I don't want nobody being able to take advantage of you. And I feel like the energy of we need to protect the babies is such bullshit, because y'all don't protect y'all kids from a lot of this other bullshit that affects them even greater, like hip-hop music that tells them to kill people and disrespect women and do drugs. Y'all are fine with that shit. But as soon as somebody says something about introducing gender identities or sexual orientation, everybody wants to act like, let's protect the babies, i.e. Boosie. Meanwhile, bringing old bitches to take advantage of your young kids because you want to make sure that they not gay.
One more thing I wanted to add about her twerking. Some people are saying, like, I saw one comment say, she can twerk, but I don't want to see a video of her twerking and then her ask for my vote. Fine. But my thing is, why do you think this woman was elected in the first place? I think that is those types of things, or the authenticity that she has stepping out in this outfit is part of the reason why she was voted into office. And I'm just not going to take no parts in reprimanding her for doing that. So it's obviously working. And low key, I feel like politics should get to this, because I'd much rather have somebody who is showing me all their cards for face value before we get their ass in office, and then they don't do nothing while they're there.
Talk about that.
That's how I feel about
this
situation.
I just feel like,
and it's like politicians be promoting guns and stuff, and then not doing nothing about them. But then she come up here and she started twerking, and everybody's up in arms. I don't understand.
I'm just like disappointed at the black women that do this to other black women, because essentially y'all know good and goddamn well twerking, whether it's on the internet or in real life, ain't hurt nobody. Y'all know good and goddamn well shaking your ass ain't never hurt nobody. Stop it. Stop it.
Right,
stop
but
it,
twerking your ass on somebody else's husband, D-I-C-K, it hurts a whole family.
Okay, and that is not the same. She was not twerking on dick. She was twerking in the air. Okay, in the air. Okay, her body looked really, really nice too. You know, and I just feel like she's still 28. And I feel like there are so many people that have an opinion about a young woman and they haven't even accomplished half of what she's accomplished in her 28 years. And that's the thing that always kills me. Motherfucker can't even get into an Ivy League college, but got so much to say because somebody twerked on the beach on vacation. Girl, let me go ahead and move on before I upset y'all even more. Let's move on to a topic. It's our second to last topic, ladies. So, you know, don't kill me. But we got to talk about Chrishawn, because I'm about tired. Let's get into it.
I'm not a real nigga.
Okay, so the video is low. I put the sound low because we don't really need to hear everything they saying. Let me explain. So Chrishawn is on Baddies. I don't really know the young lady, but I know she didn't have no teeth. She had no tooth right up in the middle. And she go with Blueface, and she is in love with him like a crackhead. Okay. And recently I saw her fight his mom and sister like a nutty buddy. And then after that, I saw her get her teeth fixed. And then Blueface got online and said she was acting brand new because she got her teeth fixed. She then pulled the teeth, unscrewed it from her mouth on camera, saying she wasn't going to let a tooth get in between her and Blueface. And then this video happened where he's holding the camera in her face, talking about she's a crybaby, which I feel like is so abusive for a man to say to a woman, you're a crybaby. Nigga, if my feelings are hurt, then let me cry. If you have a problem with that, then take a crazy ass on somewhere. But you know, she has low self-esteem, thinks she has some mental issues, and it annoys me the way the public Hollywood Unlocked specifically post them all the time, and it bothers me because I feel like y'all are showing somebody with a mental health crisis on social media like she's a regular person going through something normal that young girls should go through, and it's really not. It's dangerous. But ultimately, Blueface to me is a soulless young man, and that's evident based off his family and his actions. But she's gonna go from crying and saying he ain't shit and he ain't real because it made her feel less than, to smiling and laughing and talking about how much she loves him. And then she went to the dentist and got Blueface's name or face in the tooth to have it put back in her mouth. So yeah. Yeah.
She got his name put back in the tooth to then put it back in her mouth.
Yes, I saw the video of her at the dentist saying that's what she was going to do. Yes.
This is top tier level of abuse. It's very much given, oh, you starting to look too good. You look like you might leave me, so let me tear you down.
Yep. Because look at her. Look how pretty she looks with the tooth in.
Mm-hmm. I'm disgusted at the situation.
I'm glad Bondy brought up Hollywood Unlocked constantly posting them. Who else constantly posts them all the time for me is the Shade Room. And it's like, why do y'all promote this abuse? Like, it's really killing me softly. I'm tired of him, his mama, his sister, her, everybody. Like, it's really like, I don't care how much they pay y'all, because this boy had one hit, literally a live one hit wonder, and y'all still finding reasons to continue to post him over and over. I don't understand it. I don't know what to say about this situation. It's going to continue to happen. She's been going through it for the past 3 years. Ain't he the reason she got the tooth knocked out in the first place? Was she fighting in his house? He triggered a fight or something. She got her tooth knocked out or whatever.
Is that where he had all them girls in his house?
Yeah. That's when she got her tooth knocked out.
Oh wow, this has been going on for a while then.
And it's like, where's her family? Does she not have nobody that cares about her?
I don't think she do.
Yeah, no, I don't think she does. Like they said, oh, she's very young, barely 18. Wow.
Barely 18? Well, he need to be locked up, don't he?
They said she looks. Let me see. How old is this girl? She do look hella young though. She really
probably
do.
At least 21. Sorry, y'all. I should have looked that.
I could see that 95. I could see him having something like that, because he even posts Whack 100 and he and Whack 100 are cool. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is some type of deal in.
I'm not a real nigga. What you take your tooth out for?
Sorry, Jamie, unmute yourself. My bad. When I clicked the video again.
No, you're good. You're good. With the Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked, I'm sure that he probably does have a deal with them.
Yeah,
it says she has 11 siblings.
God.
Not 11.
Yeah, she has 11 siblings. Says that she's 22 years old.
Yeah, now you got this little crybaby with me.
Yeah. And see, for me, like, and I know y'all, I know I think about things a lot harder than other people do. I'm aware. I'm a Gemini. I get it. But for me, this is so dangerous because I know how impressionable everybody is on social media. Even grown-ass women are impressionable. So this type of behavior in a relationship can seem normal when you see it in real life, and then you see it on social media with people who you deem on another level than you. You know what I'm saying? On a higher level than you. And you see this same, toxic behavior. You think it's normal. You think it's okay. And it's not. It's really, really not. Like, this is very sad to me. She's very sad to me. And I really don't like the way people continue to like post it like it's, like old school Love and Hip Hop bullshit where people just fighting and acting a fool. Whereas this feels like, no, this girl got some fucking issues and y'all exploiting it. And then this nigga, like, he's terrible to me.
Sad.
Got more hits on his fam than on the charts. Well, damn. Thank you.
Right.
All right, y'all. Do y'all want to say anything else before we get to the very last? All right. Well, with that being said, the very last is hold up. Nick Cannon. Okay, so like listen. Listen, girl, Nick Cannon has had a week because not only did they get his ass on the last episode of Wild 'N Out, it was all over social media. I'm not going to play it because I don't have those types of games for Viacom. But basically, Carlos asked him, you wearing turbans and shit, faking the funk, acting like you pro-black. When you going to have a baby by a full black woman, nigga? Like, when that's going to happen? And us full black girls don't want nothing to do with Nick Cannon and his cult, but we understand what you was trying to say, Carlos, the nigga fake. And we're aware. So when Kel Mitchell's ex-wife, what's her name? Taisha Hampton. Taisha Hampton posted this on her social media. You can definitely be blinded by love. Remembering when I came home early to Nick Cannon wearing my full cheerleading uniform, including the briefs. doing cheers on the bed for my ex-husband, Kel Mitchell, to cheer him up because he cheated on me. Now, I saw this and I was just gonna let this pass by, girl. I really was. But then Nick Cannon responded and said, "Yep." Probably had on a big ear of corn, a bunch of orange soda, and a couple of Kids' Choice Awards up our ass too. He replied, making reference to sketches on Kenan and Kel, adding crying, laughing emojis. I feel like that was cute and everything. That was really cute what you did there, Nicholas. But it had me questioning because this is not the first time. Y'all remember Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown said that Nick Cannon tried to perform fellatio on him. And y'all know we didn't want to believe Orlando, but Orlando went and, cleaned his life up and got saved. And okay. So, I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to say that it's true, but Nick Cannon said he absolutely was in a cheerleading uniform performing for Kel. And I wondered, are you having all of these children because you can't fully be who you are? Which may be a bisexual man. It may be a man that likes men more than he wants to admit. And it's a possibility that you starting out trying to garner the hip hop thing. Like he started out in Nickelodeon and he wasn't getting the street cred. And so he starts, rapping and nobody really cares. But then he gets with Mariah Carey and that gains him a little bit of credibility, and then he starts working and hustling and we see him all over the place, and boom, bow, pow, Nick Cannon has made himself a force to be reckoned with, whether you wanted to respect the goofy nigga of him, or not. But I heard that story about what Orlando said and now what this lady is saying. And sometimes I feel like, these people don't be lying. You having all them children for a reason, and it could be to, act out what you can't really be honest about. But I could, I don't know. I don't know Nick Cannon, so I don't know. But
I definitely think that's a possibility. Definitely think that's a possibility. But I also feel like this lady I don't think she's lying, but I think that she is taking advantage of a situation and allowing us to fill in some clues, knowing that we could create the story that she wants us to create. Because she has been posting stuff I think she got a lot of followers just off of speaking on Kel.
Yep.
And she just seems very bitter. And for that, she loses a little bit of credibility, even though what she might be saying is absolutely true.
I feel like if Nick agreed and said, yo, then I feel like that brings her credibility back up based on whatever people want to make it. I mean, my initial thought was like, Nick is corny. Nick is goofy. So her saying that about him doesn't make me think, oh my God, could he be bisexual? Does he like men? That doesn't make me think that. But when I hear what Orlando Brown says, then coupled with what she says, that's where the side eye comes, as she's doing in this photo.
Because I wasn't believing it at first either. And then somebody reminded me about the Orlando Brown thing. And I was like, well, this is Hollywood. And y'all know how they like to, they like to play about going in between the lines and shit all up and through Hollywood. Somebody asked if Kel Mitchell was gay. I said, girl, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Is he straight was my question from the very beginning. Because I've seen Kel play gay so much that I guess I assumed he was until I found out he had a wife maybe a few years ago. But I had no idea that Kel wasn't gay. Kind of like that big guy that always plays gay that was on Waiting to Exhale and then was also on Girlfriends. Oh, hell yes.
Kel was one of my early crushes in my life.
Really?
He was.
I used to love the orange soda skit. I ain't gonna lie.
He loves orange soda. And then Good Burger. I loved Good Burger so much.
Girl, that's my movie. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I love that movie. Going in the grinder.
Whenever they leave the mental house.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. That was the fucking part. Oh my God. Girl. Why you gonna make me go watch Good Burger?
Oh, right.
I don't like Nick, but he probably was just doing some goofy-ish. Maybe. Maybe.
I think I'm right in the middle of where y'all at. Jami, you said it perfectly when you said this video alone doesn't make you say like, okay, he's gay. But then the Orlando thing is like, yeah. I don't
Kel does
know.
look good. Kel looks good these days. But
The world will never know.
Never. Listen, somebody said, is Orlando credible? He hasn't been mentally there for God knows how long. Meth ruined his. Listen, I get all of that, but I also feel like this is Hollywood. I'm going to say that again. And a lot of times people be letting meth destroy their minds because all of that shit that they be saying really did happen to them. And that shit ruins you at some point. So, you know, it's a toss up. But I definitely won't like take the approach that just because that man was on drugs, that mean that he lying. And I won't feel like just because she bitter, she lying. Because Nick Cannon is sketch. And that's just
especially people with drugs, they can't lose their credibility 100%. Some of the shit that they be saying, oh my gosh, did y'all ever watch that segment on YouTube called Soft Underbelly?
Yes, I follow them. That shit be, I can't watch it all the time, but that should be a lot. They be having like full-blown drug addicts in the midst of the drug addict.
Oh, I have seen that before. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen that before.
It reminds me of one of the girls that was on there.
I think she died. That black girl that it was floating around.
She did. She did.
Orlando said that about Raven. Okay, what did he say about Raven? But whatever he said about Raven,
he said that he got Raven pregnant and that Michael Jackson was his father.
Okay, Michael Jackson probably was not his father, but getting Raven pregnant, child, you know how girls be trying to figure out if they straight or not and just be having sex with people just to see. At least in my experience, when you was a gay girl growing up, you just try things out to see if I really want this. You know what I'm saying? And we know she wasn't gonna keep it. So, you know, there are some things that can be lies and some things that can be truth. You know, you don't just call somebody, you know, completely a liar no matter what. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all tonight. That's it. That's all. Y'all make sure y'all follow all of us. Ooh, ladies. Instagram, follow me at Bondy Blue, follow Jami at Jami ThatsMe, follow Necey at Necey Dixon. You know, we appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all like the video on y'all way out, ladies. Any last words?
Bye, y'all.
Good show.
Yes. Peace out, y'all.